is Socrates. He's on the move, and they're going to look for Socrates in the corner. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead, and the Bronx will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's got a wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Moving in. Sends one on goal, and he scores. And it is a power play goal.
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in. Here's Yoxon. Yoxon with the backhand. Trying to go to the front. Makes the move and shot. And he scores!
Smith delivers. And that's it back toward the mound. Weiss has it in short. He steps on second. And the ball game is over. Massapequa Coast has won the 2023 New York State Little League Baseball Championship.
Live from McCombs Dam Park in the Bronx, New York, just across the street from iconic Yankee Stadium, PDF Sports Network welcomes you to coverage of the Elite Football Alliance. Tonight, we begin the Season 7 playoffs as the top-seeded New York Bandits take on the number 4 seed Empire State Demon Knights. Good evening, everyone. My name is David Pizzuto alongside Vincent Massacol and Vinny. The EFA is in its 7th season, and tonight, 2 of the EFA's original members square off with the rights to move on to the title game.
Yeah, Dave, these two teams definitely have a history. The last 2 games, the Bandits won both. That first game in October, 27-14, and then the Bandits came out with a 34-14 victory. So definitely a rivalry between these two teams.
Yes, and these are 2 teams that have been in the EFA since the outset, since 7 years ago. One of only 3 teams that started the season in the EFA that were original members, and of course are still here and are playing in our semifinal. And Vinny, on paper anyway, it's hard not to like the New York Bandits for the reasons you just mentioned. Obviously, they enter the game at 7-1 this season, a far cry from where they were in each of the past 3 seasons. What has made them so good this season?
Well, again, it's that offense and it's the controlling of the line of scrimmage that they use to win games. And also, I think it's also the fact that this could be their first ever EFA championship game that they would go into, and I think they're playing for that. And if you look at it, it's a fantastic stat, outscoring their opponents 216-86.
That's right. The Bandits tonight are taking on the Demon Knights for the 3rd time this season. As you mentioned, Vin, we know how hard it is for a team to beat another team 3 times. And Vinny, this Demon Knights team is a different team come playoff time, as we've seen in the past. What makes them think that they can come in here and grab an upset over the Bandits?
I think when they played that October 5th game, they played them tight. I think they can play, even though they lost that October 19th matchup, they also play big in the playoffs. They're a big playoff team. They feel like they can flip a switch in the playoffs and beat anybody. And I'm sure they've looked at film, made adjustments, and they feel like they can beat this Bandit team.
All right, and Vinny, let's talk about some keys to the game here. A bit of a layoff for both of these teams heading in, and quite a bit of time since their last on-the-field victory. For the Bandits, their last win was 4 weeks ago against this very same ESDK team. What are some things that they need to do to get back in the win column and punch their ticket to the championship?
Well, they need to play their game. They need to be aggressive like they were in the regular season, and there really is no reason why they shouldn't take home the W. But honestly, and it's really not like their defense has been playing bad. Their defense has actually been pretty good. They haven't given up a ton of points, unless it's the Gravediggers, unfortunately. They gave up a bunch against them. And I think they may have chalked that up to a bad game. But if they play like they played during the regular season, minus that Gravediggers game, I think they sail to a win.
Absolutely, and the Bandits are 4 weeks since removed from their last on-the-field victory. They had a forfeit win mixed in there. They had the loss to the Patterson Gravediggers, and of course, every EFA team was on a bye last weekend, so you have to date back 4 weeks. Now, Vinny, we turn the page to the other side. The Empire State Demon Knights are 0-2 against the Bandits this season, falling to them by scores that you just mentioned, 27-14 and 34-14. They have some ground to make up if they want to pull off this big upset. What are some boxes they have to check in order for them to overcome a very talented Bandits team?
Well, all the boxes have to do with defense, and also it has to do with keeping this offense, this Bandit offense, off the field. They have to run the ball and play good defense. They pretty much have to play, I believe they have to play a perfect game in order to beat this Bandit team. But scoring quick with this Bandit team, going back and forth in a shootout, is not going to win the game for the Demon Knights.
All right, and we should mention, Vinny, that this is one of 2 games that are going on in the EFA, and we take a look at the EFA bracket that is up on your screen right now. Obviously, on the left-hand side is where we are. The Bandits got the top seed. They actually got the top seed, Vinny, due to a coin flip, because all the tiebreakers were ended in a tie between them and the Gravediggers. They split the season series with the Gravediggers. The Gravediggers got the number 2 seed, and they play the Dolphins. They too, Vinny, 2-0 against the Dolphins this season. In fact, it was the Dolphins' only 2 losses this year. So on the other side of the bracket in Jersey, a pretty good game going on there.
Yeah, that game, I'm sure the Gravediggers are looking forward, and they feel like they can beat this Bandit team, and they can definitely beat this Demon Knight team. I mean, trying not to give the Bandits the game right away, but again, there's a lot of boxes that have to be checked for the Demon Knights to win. But I know the Gravediggers, I would hope, wouldn't be looking forward, and that they would just concentrate on their game. And then once they make it here, I feel like they have a good chance.
Yep, and that championship game will be next week. For now, we believe it will be at the Joseph F. Facina Field in New Rochelle. We will be there, of course, to join you. And we'll take a look, while we have a few moments, Vinny, to take a look at how both teams got to where they are today. I know you have it on your screen, but we can look, and the fans at home could see how the Bandits got here. As you can see, crushing through the competition. They did have a couple of forfeit wins over both the Mountaineers and the Legion. They got the Mountaineers forfeit last week, I guess, because that was a game that was postponed up until the Mountaineers forfeited their entire season down the stretch, and they got that automatic victory. But you see the big glaring mark right at the end, Vin, 26-22. So let me ask you this. What does it do for a team that's won 7 straight games, that's been ripping through the competition, and boom, your last game of the regular season was a loss? Is it difficult then to get the monkey off your back in time for a game like this?
Well, you want to prove that was just an anomaly, that's not how you play the game. That's not a reflection of your whole season. You want to make sure that now the rust is going to be a factor, I believe, in this game. I think rust for both teams, but I think that the Bandits want to make sure that was just a bad game. They're going to flush it, and then they're going to come back this game, and they're going to get back to Bandit football.
Absolutely, and we could turn the page now and take a look at the Empire State Demon Knights. If we can get there, we'll see. And you notice right away, Vin, what stands out to me, obviously the 2 losses against the New York Bandits, but they only have 1 on-the-field win this season, and that was against the Mountaineers by a score. It was early in the season, 14-8. They did have a couple of forfeit wins against the Legion down the stretch, but 1-5 on the field, Vin. But if you look at their scores, they were competitive in just about every single game, and we can't say that about all the teams in the EFA this year.
Right, and it looks like they were playing close games because their defense was playing well, and that it seemed like they were running the ball more, and actually, I believe, again, in this game, time of possession is going to be a big thing for them, and they're going to want to keep that.
Absolutely, so we will bring it back to our opening screen and get the matchup there. Now, we did go on the air a little bit late because we were fearful that kickoff would not start at 6, and that has been upheld, Vinny. We are not starting at 6, although we did go on the field at about 6:45, and we asked the teams, what's the realistic start time for this game? And both teams told us 6 p.m. on the nose. Instead, it's 6:05, and of course, it doesn't look like we are close to kickoff. So what we will do here on the PDF Sports Network is we will step aside. We will go to a bit of dead air, but fear not. when we are getting ready to kick off, when we have our game's coin toss. We'll come back on the air with you tonight and get you ready for this semifinal round. We also do want to let you know if for any reason tonight we get bumped off of the air due to some internet connectivity, fear not. We will have a clean copy of this game uploaded after the game, should that happen, or we will get you back on the air as soon as humanly possible as well. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to go to dead air here from the PDF Sports Network. This is the EFA semifinals. It's the 4-seed Empire State Demon Knights taking on the number 1 seed New York Bandits. It's all coming up after this pause. All right, we are back here live from McCombs Dam Park, and it looks like we are moments away from opening kickoff here. Both teams have officially tossed the coin. We didn't get an official ruling as to who would get the ball first, but in games like this, Vin, that's always the game within the game. We say it almost all the time we cover football is, what do you do with that decision? Because field position is very important in games like this. And just like you mentioned, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. If you're out there on the field, the opposing offense can't get the ball.
Right. But I'm pretty sure, you want to get the ball in the second half. You want to start right at the second half with the ball. But it's always that if you have the ball at the end of the first half and then you can double that into the second half, that's what you want initially. But, the way the coin flip goes, you want that ball in the second half, I believe.
Yep, and we will see what the results were, but all of our officials are here and both teams are ready, and whoever wins this game is moving on to the EFA Season 7 Championship just a week from tonight. We haven't been given the official start time or venue yet, but we do believe it will be at Joseph F. Facina Field, approximate 6 p.m. start time. We'll get that specifically for you once we know it, and you can always refer to our webpage at pdfsportsnet.com and on YouTube at youtube.com and /@pdfsportsnet, but you already know that because you're here with us. So Vin, want to officially welcome you to EFA football. This is your first
Dave.
Play-by-play and color commentary with us here. You've done a little hockey for us at Bridgewater Sports Arena, and you've been behind the camera for a great deal, but welcome to football here.
Hey, it's been great. I also did some Ferry Hawks in the about a year ago, so not brand new to the broadcasting area, but football, I kind of know it a little bit more, and my normal job, I do a lot of football, so
right.
Hopefully I can bring something to the broadcast that maybe somebody will see, and I'll make it different for them.
You absolutely can. Benny's being pretty modest, but moonlights with Pro Football Focus as well in his other life. Hope it's okay that I mentioned that, Vin.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Back deep for Empire State, which will be receiving the ball first, is Tyshawn Lopez, familiar face for this team. Lucrecio was back there as well, but looks like pacing back there is Armani Beasley in the neighborhood, and now Christian Grizzle goes back. Number 1 for the Empire Knights, one of the Empire State Demon Knights, one of the marquee players and playmakers for this team. When the ball is in Christian Grizzle's hands, then magical things can happen for the Demon Knights.
Yeah, if they can get that would be perfect for them to get great field position on this kickoff right now.
Looks like doing the kicking for the Bandits will be number 6, Jay-Sean Houston. Looking for a ball at this point.
A little moonlighting from the defensive back position that he normally plays, looks like.
And, it's something we don't talk about a great deal whenever we talk about football, no matter who our pairing is calling the game, Vinny, but special teams has a knack for finding their way into these games and playing a huge part. And that could either be a kickoff or a punt return, a blocked kick sometimes can lead to some incredible things. And in a high school game that we called last week, it was a game-starting onside kick, if you would, 30 yards down the field that really set the tone for the entire game, and a missed extra point as well paid huge dividends. So something to watch for in this game.
Yeah, they always say the 3 keys: offense, defense, and special teams. That's why they add special teams in there all the time.
Yep. Complementary football is what both of these teams want to be able to play. Still a little extensive delay here as our officials are situated right about at the 40-yard line, having a discussion, perhaps waiting for one more on their team to show up here. But We are at 16 past the hour, and it's a good thing we didn't go on the air at 5:45. Otherwise, this would have been a half-hour pregame show, and we'd be running out of things to say.
Yeah, and I don't think people wanted to hear us talk for that long,
Yeah.
Dave. I don't know.
Absolutely, but while we are here, we want to thank our camera operator tonight, Sal Cuccio, joining us, and a couple of our team members back home are working Staten Island basketball at the College of Staten Island for CSI Sportsnet. So a couple of big tournaments at the College of Staten Island with the women's basketball conference challenge and the men's basketball tournament of heroes, which honors 3 heroes who passed. Our friend Joe Foreman, Nick Bavona, and the crew are out there covering that. We're with you here. We're happy to be here. Thank you all for joining us.
It's the best time of the year, Dave. We
Yeah.
got football, basketball, we have hockey, we have everything going on right now.
Right, and next week we'll be back covering the EFA for the Season 7 championship. So both of our teams are lined up. We're waiting for our officials to get in their proper places, and about 20 minutes after we were scheduled to kick off, we will indeed have kickoff here, semifinals of the Elite Football Alliance. At first I thought it was Jay Sean Houston who was going to be kicking off, but it looks like it'll be number 80, Fernando Cardenas, and that would make sense. He's listed as the kicker punter in our programs. And back deep, Christian Grizzle, and I believe Tyshawn Lopez on the left side. Once again, we are still awaiting kickoff here, and let you know that going on in New Jersey and Patterson, we have the other EFA semifinal. We'll look to get you a update on that game around halftime. Patterson playing the New York Dolphins for the 3rd time this season. Patterson scoring shutout wins both of those regular season games, and the Dolphins otherwise perfect on the season, although they didn't play this Bandits team. The Bandits and Dolphins did not match up during the season, and the Empire State Demon Knights did not play Patterson Gravediggers during the regular season. So if the Demon Knights should score the upset here tonight, Vin, and the Patterson takes care of business on their end, that could be a first-time matchup in the EFA this season.
And it's a team you don't have film on, so it's a
Right.
team that you don't know. So that could go either which way. But again, this Bandit team seems like they can score a lot of points and really fast.
So now we got more of a conference going on at the 40-yard line. So, Vin, why don't we step aside and throw it to some dead air here while we wait for the game to get situated here. And we'll be back in just a few moments for opening kickoff. All right, we are back here live on the air. Thank you for waiting with us. Get some of our info off the screen here and get you ready for this one. So, extensive delay as we are waiting for our main referee
Looks like
to
they're
get
going
to
to
the
go on
game.
without it.
They are going to go on without him. So here we go. Getting ready to start here. I want to say hello to all of our friends at home, including my wife Jennifer, who is watching with our 2 dogs, Lotus and Toby. Wanted their shout out. Here it is. Thank you for tuning in, Jen, and hopefully we got a good one for you and everybody else at home joining us. Opening kickoff, end over end kick. It's going to land at about the 20-yard line by Christian Grizzle. Plow straight ahead, now goes towards the right side, finds an opening, and is spilled at about the 40-yard line. Good open field tackle that time. First one in was Quentin Ryan, and the Empire State Demon Knights will have it 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. So once again, we are operating now with 5 officials. Our head referee has arrived, and so we have a full house here of the men in black and white.
Going to be interested to see what kind of formation that the Demon Knights come out in and see if they're going to run the ball or they're going to throw first down.
Yep.
That'll be.
Yeah, they do like to operate out of a tight formation a lot of times, dude. Of course, with that ground and pound run game that they do like to operate out of course, with Ty Lopez back in the red jersey, that could figure in. Ty, a long-time runner for this Demon Knights team, and he is indeed the one in the backfield behind Ricardo Caballero. And as expected, they run out of the tight formation. The give is right up the middle, and a gain of about 2 or 3 into the teeth of the Bandits defense, and the white shirts are there to clean up.
Yeah, they got a good push in the front of that line there for that first. They need to make it manageable. Third and manageable, that's what they need to get.
Eladio Okumba on the tackle was the first one in for the Bandits. It'll be a 2nd and 7 coming up.
See if the defense dares them to throw the ball here and stacks the box on them, Dave.
Yep, and they have plenty of men in the box right now, about 8 on the defensive side. Same formation. Once again, they hand off right up the middle. Lopez found a quick hole, but plows ahead for only about 1, maybe 2. And it'll be a 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, that was blown up right from the start, it looked like.
Yeah, just not a lot to operate right there out of the B gap for the Demon Knights. And it will be a 3rd and 6. Sounds like the motocross behind us. Vinny, as we are right off the Major Deegan, looking over at Yankee Stadium. Get you a few shots of that, I'm sure, as the night goes on. Here we go, 3rd down and 6. The fake give, and now the end around the other way, and getting around the edge and getting stood up at about the 47-yard line, short of the first down, was Caden Liddy. Liddy, a big playmaker for this Demon Knights team, but it will be 4th and short.
It was a good idea to get the team running side to side on defense, but there was a lot of white jerseys in that area.
So on 4th down and 3, first decision of the game, and it looks like the Demon Knights will fix to go for it. Now keep in mind, Ricardo Caballero is also the team's kicker. So he has the power, Vinny, to line up, 6 or 7 yards out of the shotgun and choose whether he wants to kick it or throw it, maybe see a quick read and kick it if he's in trouble. And indeed, they'll operate out of the spread. 2 wide receivers on each side. 4th down and 3. Now coming in to join Caballero is Lopez. Lopez to the right of Caballero.
Looks like they're going to rush.
And it is going to be kicked. So they sense the blitz. The punt goes straight up in the air. It takes a Demon Knights bounce, but a short bounce, and it's down at about the 21-yard line.
Can't have the 3 and outs if the Demon Knights continue this for the rest of the night. It's going to be a long night for them, 3 and out every possession. But
well, either way, they at least win the battle of field position to this point anyway. The ball is going to be spotted at the 23-yard line for the Bandits, and we'll get to see the high-octane led by quarterback 0 David Ugarte. And, Vinny, Ugarte is one of those quarterbacks who can beat you in a couple of different ways. Obviously has legs back there, but a very, very strong arm, and he can get it pretty much anywhere down the field he chooses to.
Yeah, you got to, and I believe that the Demon Knights may spy him, or they're probably looks like they're going to sit in a cover 1 here with the 1 deep defensive back.
Yep, can't sleep on the run game either for this Bandits team. 2 wide receivers.
Looks like somebody jumped.
There is some
Free
movement.
play.
Ugarte with a free play and sprinting down the field a little bit too extended in the direction of Jonathan Jenkins. Well, they knew they had a free play, Vin, and they did the wise thing. They put it up for Jenkins.
Yeah, he had him. Just not accurate enough. But if that play is anything going to be the rest of the game, we're going to be in for a long game. I don't know. They jumped, probably anticipating.
Now they've only moved the ball about 2 yards here, Vin.
Yeah.
So that's an odd spot. We're looking at about a first.
No, I think they're moving it forward. Did they call a penalty?
No, I think it was the 1st and 5. So it's going to be 1st down and 5.
Okay. Let's see a flag.
Look at the Bandits. Look at the Demon Knights. They're going to be offside again. Here's another free play. Ugarte calling on his receivers. He wants a whistle. He doesn't get it, and finally throws it out of bounds. Ugarte was looking for some help from the men in stripes, saying, hey, the play's dead. Guys, bail me out here. But they're going to get a first down by virtue of the penalty. That was another free play.
Yeah, I think the Demon Knights are coming out a little bit too aggressive here, trying to jump the snap. But it looks like they're trying to blitz one and drop one. So they're trying to confuse Ugarte on that defense, but unfortunately they jumped off sides there.
Yeah, we could see it on the replay here developing. You could see how the numbers are devoted in, and then from there, Ugarte is kind of dead to rights. Was looking for the home run, and nobody there. But a 1st and 10, the easy way for the Bandits. A couple of quick penalties here on the Demon Knights. Start things off. Carlos Critchlow is one of the running backs to Ugarte's right, and now we're going to have a timeout, I believe, called by the Demon Knights. So they need to regroup here.
I think that's the rust I think they're showing, that they're not being on the field for a while.
Yeah, and the Bandits have yet to run an offensive play, and they've forced the Demon Knights into 2 procedural penalties and a timeout here in the early stages of the first quarter.
Yeah, a little bit out of sync.
Yep. And, you know, if you're the Demon Knights, Vinny, and this is something that you said in the pregame, is they need to play a pretty perfect game tonight to win this game. And at least that's the consensus through a lot of the league and up here in the booth. And sensing that they've taken a couple of quick penalties. The first penalty should have resulted in a touchdown. And call a timeout here, regroup.
That first play was telling, because if you look single high safety, they're going to have man-to-man on the outside. I don't know if that's going to be able to stand all night.
Right. The only way to combat that is by getting a lot of pressure and forcing the quarterback not to get those reads in time.
And they're going to try to also, I'm sure which is what they're doing, they're confusing where they're blitzing one, dropping one, blitzing two, dropping. So they're trying to confuse them and see if that works, but we'll see what happens.
We'll eliminate the sideline as much as possible. So out of the shotgun, Ugarte, Bandits look to run their first official offensive play here of the first quarter. Getting synced up. Juan Colon had a look at his play call sheet here on the near side. Look for him possibly on this play, Vin.
Definitely.
Long snap count, looking to draw ESDK off. Not happening this time. They stay put, and now we have a penalty. And could this be a delay of game on the other side? Wait for the official call here. And it is. Indeed. Delay of game, and they'll back up 5 yards.
It looks like definitely they're out of sync right now, and doesn't look like the play's getting in quick enough.
And that's following a timeout, Vin, which is almost
that is pretty inexcusable.
Exactly. So 1st and 15, the Bandits have lined up to run 3 plays, and there have been penalties that have negated all 3. This time on the quick count, Ugarte goes back to pass, looking left side, down the middle, almost intercepted. That pass was rising in the direction of Jenkins, and almost there to make the play was Beasley.
That was, he just missed him. He had him open and just missed him again. You know, I'm going to sound like a broken record, Dave, but the rust, I think, it's not playing. Those throws are just a bit off.
Yeah, we got another look at it there. That was a good look. And perhaps could have been and should have been intercepted, but it will bring up a 2nd down and 15. From the 28-yard line. 2nd and 15 here for the Bandits. They'll continue to operate now. This time under center, and the give. There is flags down on the far side of the field, and the pitch backward goes absolutely nowhere. Beasley was there to break things up, and that's going to be a huge loss. And if that's a procedural penalty on the Bandits, it will be declined.
They snuffed that out right away. That play had no chance.
almost as if the Demon Knights knew it was coming with Ugarte under center, and they were up to the task. We will get the official call. It is against the Demon Knights. So it makes sense when you're in the backfield, when you get the head start there, Vin.
Definitely getting that head start definitely helped them. But
so 2nd and 15 becomes 2nd and 10 at the original line of scrimmage. It eliminates a 6 to 7 yard loss on 2nd and 15. See if the Bandits can make it hurt here. Ugarte will work under center. The Demon Knights cheating up, but the give is to the left side and finding a hole and briefly getting swallowed up. Tajay Montgomery cracks the line of scrimmage, goes forward for about 4 to 5 yards.
you get some of it back, run the ball, show them something different.
Tajay Montgomery, no stranger to the EFA and his travels here, turning in a good season. 3rd down and 6. Maybe a little bit more than that. We're got like a whistle now. Could be perhaps to get a discussion here between our head official and the back judge, or one of our side judges here. Might be debating what down this is, but we have 3rd down, and so does the sticks on the sideline. And indeed, they hold up the number 3. And are they doing that? This should be 3rd down. And they are calling 2nd down.
2nd down. Okay.
I don't believe that's right at all.
I don't think that's right.
That is not right. It should be 3rd down here.
If I was the coach on the other sideline, I'd be doing
And I think I can hear Sean Spencer from here yelling at the officials. We have it as 3rd down, and our sideline has it as 3rd down as well.
Yeah,
But both officials put up the number 2 sign. Let's see how this plays out. Ugarte will work out of the shotgun. Motion coming, right to left, it's Jenkins. So those trips now on this side. Middle of the field, catch is made, and a nice job by David Cruz. Middle of the field, extends to 6. So it doesn't matter, Vinny, if it was 2nd or 3rd, 1st down.
1st down. That was a beautiful play, drew up beautifully. Get the receivers and just sit right in the middle of where they weren't, and just give them the ball right there. And hey, drawn up beautifully.
Yeah, it creates a crowd on that left side, and we got a chance to see it again here. Just shy of the 50-yard line here, 1st and 10, new set of downs for the Bandits. Drive starting at their own 23, they're now at the 48. Ugarte, left-handed pass, looks in the flat. Good heads-up job by Ugarte to at least spot in the flat Tajay Hollington, who was left alone near the line of scrimmage, but pass goes awry.
Demon Knight defense looks like it's getting, they have been getting a good rush on Ugarte today. So they just need to keep that up.
So 2nd down and 10 coming up from their own 48-yard line. You get the sense of the power from a David Ugarte, big stature back there. Left-handed passer. Could see him roll to that left side. It's deceptive at times. Once again, the Demon Knights put a lot of pressure up the middle. They go to the middle of the field, and in stride, the catch is made. Sidestepping and making more players miss. Now a flag down late.
2 flags.
The catch was made by Shannon James, who also plays on the defensive side of the ball. A lot of late developing penalties on that one.
Yeah, there's 3 flags down there.
So, Vin, you keep your eye on what the penalty calls. We'll queue up our replay here and get another look at it. And you'll see at the start of this replay, the Demon Knights coming in on that blitz right up the A-gaps. Here they come. And at just enough time for Ugarte to step up and spot James screeching down on the 10-yard slant, and the extracurriculars coming up here might be able to see him. Face mask against the Demon Knights, and an unsportsmanlike on the Bandits.
So offsetting penalties.
offsetting penalties, but it will be a first down at the 25-yard line for the Demon Knights.
Yeah, it seemed like they blitzed on that play. It looked like left the middle of the field wide open, single high safety. That's what happens if you give them time and you don't get to the quarterback.
27-yard gain officially on the play. They'll work with 2 wide receivers here on the near side. James remains in the slot. The give to the up man, and stood up there, not much room to go. Gain of about 1 on the play for Montgomery, for Hollington. Nice job defensively that time for the Demon Knights. Coming in, Christopher McNeil on the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Demon Knights have gotten the pressure on Ugarte on these passing situations, but Ugarte hanging in that pocket, making the good read. Last couple throws. 2nd down and 9. Ugarte continues to work under center. He will give to the right side, trying to gain an edge, and spilled there was Montgomery. Did find that edge, though, enough to get to about the 20-yard line, maybe just short. Looks like the 23-yard line, so maybe not as much of a run as I thought at first. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 coming up. Just don't know if the down marker is in line with where the ball is. It is not. It is definitely not. Looks like the best we can. Better, but 3rd and 7.
Looks like the Bandits are showing just enough run to kind of set up that pass for.
And now we have a whistle here and a quick timeout. Looks like either some debris on the field or an equipment issue. Yes, it's a football that was on the field. So they'll get that cleaned up. We know that the Bandits have themselves a kicker, but field goals, usually an anomaly here in the EFA. We don't see a lot of them lining up for kicks. So 4-down territory seems to be the way. Spread formation. Ugarte throws in the flat. The catch is made, and a good job of tackling in the open field by the Demon Knights to spill Terrell Christian.
Not enough blocking on that side, Dave. The corner was playing off. The corners seem like they're playing off, so they're not really bumping these receivers. So they're not gonna. That was an easy play for the corner to make that play, since the block was bad on that side.
And it was Liddy who was the first one in on that tackle to set up a 4th down and 9 here from just inside the 25-yard line. Big play here in this first quarter. Ugarte will work out of the shotgun. He will have Montgomery to his right. High snap. Ugarte corrals it down. Look middle of the field. Now looking corner of the end zone. And in it for the score are the Bandits. That is complete as the official fell. Terrell Christian, 6 points for the Bandits.
That was a great route he ran right past that corner.
We will get another look at it, but it was definitely that pump by Ugarte that got the Demon Knights planted in their shoes there. Let's see. Actually, we're not seeing the replay, and I don't know why. Let's try it now. There we go. There's the quick pump. And in perfect stride and in harmony was Christian.
That was a beautiful route.
And they will line up to kick the 1 point extra point here for the Bandits. As we mentioned before, Fernando Cardenas will line up. Right-footed kick, snap is low, and the kick is as well. Never got off cleanly, and the Bandits' lead will hold to just 6-0 here in the first, but a good first drive for this Bandits team. 77 yards on that opening drive there.
That was pretty amazing throw. And again, that defense that they play, that single, there's no one back to help.
Right.
So he's on an island by himself. If he doesn't have help and the guy gets by him, that's it. He's done.
Yeah, we're going to take another look at that replay, Ben, and we'll see it developing as well. Now, meanwhile, in live action, there wasn't offsides on the extra point, so they will redo it here. And yep, you can see the safety in the middle of the field still, very late catching up to it.
And if you're that safety, you got to choose right away which side
Right.
you need to go on. So.
Right. And that's why, unless the Demon Knights can get some relentless pressure in Ugarte and force him not to make that second read or not to pump fake on that first time, it's going to be very difficult to stop those deep balls.
Yeah, that's
Now-
like that old Seahawk defense where they used to play Thomas in the single high.
Yep.
But he was so quick he could get side to side. But you also had the corners that could cover man to man. This it doesn't look the same, but if you don't have that help again, you're not going to be able to cover that.
Now, after the offsides, with half the distance to the goal, the Bandits are going to line up for a 2-point conversion here rather than the one.
It's a good decision.
With Ugarte under center. It's on an end around and high stepping and trying to get to the, was Errol James trying to get to the pylon. I don't know what James was thinking, high stepping,
Maybe he
without
thought he was
having
in, Dave.
gotten that edge.
Yeah, that was not very.
Now, there are more flags down as well. So the most eventful point after in the EFA this season might continue even more, unless this was against the Bandits, and the Demon Knights will decline it. Looks to be the case.
Yeah, that I don't know if he thought
Holding.
he had a clear path to the goal line, but it didn't look like it from here.
Yeah. So holding was the call, and it was declined, and so the score remains 6-0 here in the first quarter. Both teams have had the ball once. Demon Knights, a 3-and-out to open up here, followed by a punt, and the Bandits taking it the other way for a 77-yard drive. One that was mired by flags, but the Bandits doing a good job on 3rd and 4th down.
Yeah, and if you're the Demon Knights, you got to score right away. Like I said in the open, you can't go back and forth with these with this team. You can't go in a shootout. So you got to score.
Yeah. And that's a shootout, of course, does not benefit this Empire State Demon Knights team. It's not because they can't score a lot of points. It's simply because they just like close, low-scoring games where they can grind out victories, make it a one-score game in the fourth quarter, and then it becomes a one-play game, and you're always one play away. Now down 6-0, it does put a fair amount of pressure on you to respond here. Grizzle and Lopez once again are back deep for the Demon Knights. Cardenas gets into this one, a spinning kick that ends at about the 15-yard line. Grizzle reverses to the outside, finds the inside corner of the sideline, and it's spilled out at about the 36, 37-yard line. Good job of gang tackling, and Grizzle does a good job of getting the Demon Knights out of the shadow of their own end of the field, and they'll have good starting field position to start drive number 2.
Yeah, they needed a good kickoff return on that because, again, they have to score. Again, this team scored 87 points and given up 122 during the season, so they have to score. And then when they come back out on defense, they have to hold them.
Right, and the big question, of course, for the Demon Knights is we know they like to run the football. We know they can run the football, but do they have that one shot, Ben? Do they have that play where they could spread the field and force the Bandits to backpedal defensively?
Yeah, you're going to have to throw the ball at some point.
Right.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't just go through the whole game running the football, obviously. So.
And the book on Caballero is that he does have the arm. Question is, does he have the time in the pocket to survey the field? It's Lucrecio in the backfield behind Caballero, and the pitch is to Lucrecio. Hammering down for a solid gain of about 4 or 5 on the play.
And that tight formation, you can do a lot out of that. Seems like, though, that the Bandits kind of know that first down is going to be a run. So we'll see if they maybe throw a little bit of a curveball in there with the offense.
Yep, certainly a team that likes to use the run to open up the pass.
I'd like to see a nice jet sweep here. That would be nice.
Play action. They do like to run the end around at times as well. In motion is Sawicki. He'll be here on the near side, and it's getting another pitch. Macriccio gets hammered close to the first down marker. I think he will be a little bit short. That was actually Ty Lopez on the ground. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, big hit on that play. Trying to do some things, Empire, the Demon Knights are, to get maybe an extra blocker out there on the outside, run in motion.
Another chance to see that big hit there at the end.
Huge hit.
Listen, you're going to give up 4 or 5 yards, let them feel it at the end of the play. 3rd down and 1 yard on the nose here. Caballero, tight formation, under center. Lopez is the lone setback. And the give is to him right up the middle. Has to find second life on the edge and does. 1st down and more inside the 45 to the Bandits' 42-yard line. Well, he needed 1. He got about 12.
Good run. He didn't see anything up the middle and then bounced it back out to the outside. That was a beautiful run. Beautiful run.
Yeah, and a good job by the Bandits to get into the backfield. We'll see it developing here, but a wise decision here by Lopez, understanding the pressure and the over pursuit, bouncing it off to the outside. And the thing about Lopez is he's got that deceptive speed. He looks like a big, powerful back, low to the ground, but when he gets into the open field, he could be tough to stop.
Yeah, as soon as he hit the outside, he started motoring outside.
So fresh set of downs for the Demon Knights, courtesy of their first down. First time inside of Bandits territory. The give up the middle and spinning and twisting, and now getting put down is Lopez after a gain of about 4 on the play.
It's a good gain. It looks like that outside backer is trying to jump the snap and get in there for the run. But a nice little hole in there to get Lopez in there.
Yep, and that's the book on the Demon Knights as well, Vinny, is when they are not beating themselves and are getting routine 3-yard, 4-yard, 5-yard gains. That is their style of football. That is the game of football that they want to play.
And against this Bandits team, that definitely is big because they can control the clock.
Right. There's a lot of teams out there that you continue to pound the football for 3 and 4 yards. Eventually you get frustrated, you get antsy, you want to get that big play, but the Demon Knights are just fine with this brand of football.
And it may open up the pass for them too.
And it'll be Caballero on the quarterback blast up the middle. He gets about 3 yards on the play and about 4 yards shy of the first down.
Looks like that middle opened up real wide for him to get through.
So it will be a 3rd and about 4, maybe a 3.5 here. Ball spot at the 35 and a first down marker at the 32. It's just another wrinkle that the Demon Knights have shown this Bandits team, the Caballero keeper.
3rd and manageable, Dave.
Yes, that's where they want to be. Obvious 4-down territory here for the Demon Knights. Same formation. Long count. There's the end around that we've seen before. Sawicki drops the shoulder, but doesn't get where he wants to go to be 4th down at the same line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't like that play call on 3rd and 3 because if you watch the safeties, they were creeping up. If you send somebody out on a pattern during that play, I think you may get them off. You may have gotten an open receiver somewhere. I just don't feel like the consistent run. They're just daring them to throw the football.
Get another look at it here. Sawicki on the end around, and we've seen that end around go at times to Christian Grizzle, AJ Ray, who is not in the game here tonight for the Demon Knights, one of their big playmakers. We haven't seen him at all, and that is the end of the first quarter here. So a big fourth down coming up when we come back. End of one. The Bandits on a 77-yard drive, their first of the game, took the 6-0 lead. And coming up here to start our second quarter, the Demon Knights will have it 4th down and 3 from the Bandits' 35-yard line. First huge play of the game. Essentially for this Bandits defense and this Demon Knights offense. So we get ready to start the second quarter here from McCombs Dam Park in the Bronx, New York. David Pizzuto alongside Vinny Massicole. Thank you for joining us here on this beautiful November evening. Vinny, I know when we left the house, we bundled up. Figured the wind would be picking up here and we'd be freezing, but it's actually pretty pleasant out here.
Yeah.
And here at McCombs Dam Park, we are obviously outside in the elements. So we're grateful, Mother Nature. Thank you.
It's a nice spot when it's nice out. If it was raining, I'm sure it would be a little bit different.
If it was raining, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 4th down and 3. Big play here. Early stages of this game. Demon Knights on their second drive of the game. Their first went 3 and out.
I don't know, Dave. Second quarter, can I say this is a big play for the Demon Knights?
Yeah. I've already said it. And obviously, you're saying it.
It's early, but
yeah,
if they don't score here and they let the Bandits take over.
Yep. I mean, you're going to see a huge rise out of this Bandits defense and that Bandits sideline if they get the stop. And for that alone, you want to move the sticks here. 4th down, a long 3.
Safety's peeking into the backfield, Dave.
Yep, there we go. Keep our eye on that, where he goes on this play. Bandits certainly looking like they're going to bring pressure. Long snap count. Caballero goes up the middle, and I don't think he got enough. He needed 3, a long 3.
Yeah, I don't
and
think
instead he got 2.
I don't think the football passed that line. I think it's short, and it looks like. Are we going to get a measurement?
No, I don't think so.
No,
and,
okay.
You know, we can hear it here because the Bandits are on our side of the field. They are pumped with that stop. I think the Demon Knights expected to catch the Bandits out of sorts there, not expecting Caballero to keep it himself. Needed 3, got only 2, and now the Bandits get the ball back.
I don't like that play call. I want to see the Demon Knights at least throw the ball once.
Right.
You know, I don't know what the pass to run ratio is, but definitely heavily run.
I was going to say, Vin, before you made that comment, I don't know if the Demon Knights have thrown the ball yet in this game. So they've gone a quarter full.
And when you're the defense, what are you gonna key on mostly is going to be the run. You could tell that the safeties were looking in the backfield. So
meanwhile, on the other side, the pass has been deadly here for the Bandits in the first quarter. And now we have a late substitution here and a timeout called by the Bandits. So I think sensing they had too many players on the field, the Bandits utilize a timeout. That's their first of the game. And they'll talk things over here on the switch.
Yeah, you can definitely see the difference in the offenses. The Bandits are setting up the pass with the run. They're showing a little bit of run at least, and then they'll throw the ball. The Demon Knights look like a one-trick pony, basically.
Yeah, that's right. And it's something that we have to keep our eye on throughout the course of this game is can the Demon Knights at some point rely on their passing game to get something done? Yeah, I was backing up. Get another look at the only scoring in this game came in the first quarter. Ugarte, that pump fake.
Yeah, it also looked like he held the safety there too with that pump fake and then just zipped it right over.
So that's the difference in the game. Early stages, second quarter here. Bandits on their second drive of the night. They're at their own 33-yard line to start here. Ugarte out of the shotgun. A little bit of pressure over pursuit. He steps up in the pocket, looks on the near side. The catch is made. Going down, trying to get more was Jenkins, but he gets bottled up. Forward progress to the 44 might be just enough for the first down.
Nice pocket presence by Ugarte for sure there. Saw his guy. Usually a crossfield pass like that is a really dangerous thing, but he saw him out of the corner of his eye, looked like, and threw it right to him.
Won't have time to watch the replay of that as the Bandits want to play with a little bit of pace here. So quick first down. And again, that's Ugarte stepping up in the pocket, making his own time, able to survey and find the safety valve in the underneath. Jonathan Jenkins, pitch, near side, Montgomery sheds a couple of would-be tacklers and gets pushed out of bounds, close to another first down.
Yeah, it looks like he missed in the backfield. Was that, I believe, number 12 for the Demon Knights, Daquan Villanueva, missed in the backfield. He didn't even touch him. He went for the tackle and missed him.
Daquan Villanueva, a former Bandit, is a former running back for this Bandits team. Playing on the defensive side of the ball here for the Empire State Demon Knights. Second down and 2 coming up here for the Bandits. On the Demon Knights side of the 50. Flags are down. This could be a free play. And on the slant route, there go the Bandits to the house. Errol James. Now there is a flag down, so we will have to see what the result of this is.
It's a touchdown, it looks like, David.
Errol James certainly enjoying himself in the end zone. And was that the official call? Offside, and of course, it will be declined. And it will stand. So the Bandits go up 12-0. 48-yard touchdown pass.
That was why it was too easy. Way too easy.
We'll get another look at it after the extra point attempt or the 2-point attempt we will see here. Ugarte will work under center and we'll have Montgomery behind him along with the fullback to Carlos Critchlow. In motion is Jenkins. It will be the give to Jenkins. He's met in the backfield, nothing doing. And the score will remain 12-0, and we'll go back and we'll take a look at the touchdown. Go on ahead a little bit and let it ride.
Yeah, if you're going to blitz like this, you have to cover. So if you watch, receiver just comes wide open, and then he's so fast he has that safety beat big time.
Yep, and we'll actually look at it one more time.
Good job on the offensive line for the Bandits too, though.
And for those of you at home, you could take a look. It's the bottom of your screen. That's where James is right now. He's lined up right at the bottom, and you can see there's no cornerback pressing him. So the cornerback giving him 15 yards of space, and there's the cut, and there's just nobody around him.
You can't do that.
Yep.
You can't do that. Unless you're getting to the quarterback consistently, you can't do something like that.
So 48-yard touchdown pass, Ugarte to James. For Ugarte, that's touchdown pass number 2 for him, and it opens up a 12-0 lead. Keep in mind the Demon Knights and the Bandits locked up twice this season. The Demon Knights scored 14 points in each of those games. So if you're looking for a magic number for the Bandits, it's probably that third score that really puts the stranglehold on this Demon Knights team. And a Demon Knights team, Vin, that hasn't thrown the football yet in this game. It's been all run. And when you're down 12-0 in the scoreboard, sometimes it forces your hand.
You're going to have to, and then that makes the Bandits be able to pin that back and just start rushing the quarterback.
So the Bandits are 2 for 2 on their possessions tonight. 25-yard touchdown pass and a 48-yard touchdown pass. First touchdown was scored by Terrell Christian. Second one here by Errol James. Cardenas ready for the kickoff. Gets into this one. End over end. It skips and bounces to Lopez at about the 15-yard line. Head of steam and popped out of bounds close to the 35. So, Vin, obviously, it's way too early in the game to abandon everything that you want to do offensively if you're the Demon Knights. But at what point do you have to condition yourself now to go out there and start throwing the ball across the field?
Well, I think you still, obviously, like you said, run the ball, but you have to mix some pass into this drive. I mean, you got to start this drive. You know, maybe throw them off, start the drive with a pass instead of a run, because if you watch how the Bandits play defense, they're going to be peeking right into that backfield, expecting a run on first down.
And we will see what they have to offer us here. The line of scrimmage is officially the 32-yard line for the Demon Knights. It's their worst starting field position of the game, if you can believe that. So that has certainly not been the problem for this Demon Knights team. The question is what they can do here.
Here they go.
And it will be Caballero back to pass. He does have time, is looking for the home run, and that is well overthrown. I believe that was in the direction of Liddy.
Yeah.
And it was.
It looked like at least they tried, and looks like that's what they did. They wanted to try to catch the Bandits off guard with that pass. It was just way too far off.
Yep, and that time, Caballeros did have the time in the pocket to survey, step up, and unleash, and that pass needs to be a little bit better. Liddy was kind of locked up pretty nicely with the defensive back there. Get a 2nd and 10. Caballeros back to pass again. Looks out into the flat. High pass. Sawicki gets spilled. Lost the ball. The Bandits were on it at first. Let's see who ended up with it. And it will be 3rd down, I believe. It looked like getting back on there to help out and cover up was Nicholas Spencer. But that ball came out after what was a minimal gain anyway.
Yes, that 2 straight passes by this team. It looks like they're trying to play catch up now. They haven't ran the ball now in this drive yet. So coming up 3rd down.
Yep.
And that ball definitely came out.
Yeah, we got to see it a little bit slowed down, but that ball was definitely dislodged off of Sawicki.
Good play by the defense though on that.
Yeah, it will be a 3rd down and 7 coming up. It is a pitch to Lopez. He gets stood up 3 yards shy of the 1st down. Actually, a second effort might have gotten him a little bit closer. It'll be a 4th down and 1. Good hard running that time by the Demon Knights. Needed 7, got 6.
Yeah, the outside opened up for Lopez on the outside there. That was very good run.
So the Demon Knights are fixing to go for it here, down by 12. They spend some time in the huddle. Remember, Caballeros does have the option if he's working out of the shotgun to kick it here. And the Bandits do have one player back very deep in Darren Glover. In fact, looks like he's ready to receive a punt now. He takes a few steps up. Keeper for Caballeros or a punt? That's what we're thinking here.
Trying to get him to jump. Nope.
And it's going to be right in the middle. Oh, second effort might have been enough. I'm looking at the near judge and the far judge. They both look like they're in 1st down territory here.
Looks like they gave him forward progress.
Now, the Bandits definitely think that they've gotten the stop, but if you look at the officials and where they're lined up, this is going to be very close to a 1st down.
Well, they gave him forward progress on that play for sure.
Well, we'll pay attention to what the referees say here. In the meantime, we'll try and get a slowed down version of what happened on that play. And it looks like they are going to measure, perhaps.
Yeah, but forward progress, if he's... That's tough to call.
Yeah.
I couldn't see where the ball was, Dave.
But looking at the position of the ball and where it is right now, it does look like this was a 1st down. Now they've moved the chains, so now they can no longer measure here. Oh, and that's a big mistake.
Yeah, you can't move the chains on that play.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that.
And I don't really know why they moved to the wrong side. They moved to the wrong yard marker anyway. So the officials are going to have to get together and make a decision here. Looking at where the ball is, Vin, I think this is a first down.
I think
I don't necessarily agree with the spot.
No.
But it looks like a first down.
Unless the official again
thought, now it's first down the other way?
First down the other way. Looks like you were right, Dave.
Well, I was wrong. I actually thought it was going to be a first down for the Demon Knights. Just based on where the ball was spotted, not even anything else.
Wow, okay.
And, you know, I'll tell you what, if you're the Demon Knights, you have to be really upset.
Yeah, if I'm
right
the
now.
coach on the Demon Knights sideline, I'm pretty upset right now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a playoff game.
And look,
this
the
isn't
ball
a
was
regular
moved up.
season game.
The ball was moved up a yard. Oh, this is strange. This is strange. We got it all on camera.
Yeah.
That ball was at the 41. It's now been moved up to the 40.
I think I did that on my golf shot the last time. Moved the ball up a little bit.
All right. So after all of this, the Demon Knights go 4 and out, and the Bandits get the ball back, up by a couple of scores, and a chance to maybe slowly insert the dagger here early in the game against the Demon Knights that have only registered the 1 first down tonight. Demon Knights have had a hard time tracking down these receivers in the open field too. Ugarte will work
Looking for the
on
run
the
here.
center,
Yep.
and they'll give to Montgomery right up the middle. Plows forward for a gain of about 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and long.
Yeah. Just show the run. You have nothing to. That'll just open it up I'll open it up downfield for him.
Yep, and also, of course, take some time
And
off
it'll
the clock. There is no scoreboard here at McCombs Dam Park that we can refer to, but closing in on the midway stages of this second quarter. Ugarte will continue to work under center. I believe that is Critchlow behind them. The fake is to Critchlow,
Action.
looking sideline.
Wide open.
It's Jenkins, jump ball, and it's incomplete. Jenkins tried to undercut it. That ball hung up there for a long time. In the neighborhood as well, we're the Demon Knights. We do not have a number 13 on our roster for the Demon Knights.
Yeah, look, he jumped too soon, Dave.
Yep. I'm going to try to get another look at that here on our screen. But Ugarte might have waited just a splinter too long to throw that ball in the first place, and so it became, instead of a pass in stride, a jump ball kind of near the goal line. Let's see. Get a good look at it here. No, we really didn't.
Yeah.
But it was a
Jenkins
jump
had to
ball.
readjust for that ball, and then he jumped too soon.
Back to live action here. 3rd down and long, and that pass dropped on the far side. So it'll be 4th down and 9 coming up.
Ugarte making some time with his legs and finding an open receiver. He just dropped the ball.
That was a good pass by Ugarte.
Very good pass.
On the far sideline away from us, Juan Colon, the intended receiver. So on 4th down and 9, a long 9 at that, the Bandits keep their offense on the field. And why not, Vin, when the Demon Knights have only been able to get the 1 first down?
Right.
Makes a lot of sense to keep your offense on the field. Try to extend this drive. Critchlow is in the backfield, we believe, for some added pass protection here for Ugarte. 3 wide receivers on the near side.
Looks like the defense is going to sit back.
Ugarte is going to look to that side. Middle of the field, and the catch is made. Once again, Errol James was there. Sure-handed catch, it moves the sticks.
Who was Shelby Scott, number 3, covering? He was nowhere to be found. He was right in front of the receiver, and he was just standing there.
And we'll get another shot at it here. Even though the Bandits want to play with pace, we'll take a look at what they're doing, get you back to live action as soon as possible. But we'll take a look at this developing play on the near side. And, just caught in the middle of his own between 2 wide receivers.
He was caught.
Ugarte really had his pick on who to throw to there. Fake the inside give to Critchlow. Once again, pump fake, double move, and there's the catch. Is it inbounds? Yes, it is! Errol James strikes for a 2nd time tonight.
Way to stay in bounds.
And the Bandits go up 18-0.
That was a great catch. Way to stay in bounds. Keep both feet in. Great throw also to the corner of the end zone. Plenty of time too, Dave.
We will get another look. Slow down at that. And we'll see it developing. And once again, it's that pump fake. And in the corner. There we go. Nice shot out of it.
And there's no help, again, as he held the safety with the pump fake.
And there we see it. Right there.
Good job keeping the feet in.
And for the third time tonight, the Bandits will go for two here, up 18-0. Looking to make it an even 20. They're 0 for 2 on their 2-point conversions here today. And we have whistles everywhere. That play never got a chance to start here. False start on the offense. I believe it was, yep.
False start, yep.
So they'll back it up here. And it'll be just a longer either 2-point conversion attempt, or we'll see if they switch game plans and bring Cardenas out. They will not. Ugarte gets the play relayed in. And we'll get another look at this 2-point conversion. I'll tell you what, Vin, Errol James has vindicated himself after looking a high step in the end zone on a 2-point conversion. And
yeah, I think he felt like he had to there.
He's made up for that and a lot more.
Definitely.
Great job. And Ugarte really freezing these Demon Knights defensive backs with that pump fake.
Yeah, single high safety. All you got to do is freeze that safety in the middle of the field, and he's got to make a choice again.
And as good of a pass as that was, that dynamic play belongs to Errol James, keeping those feet in bounds. Completing the play. Here we go. 2-point conversion from just outside the 7. That one goes up the middle, and walking in is David Cruz after being held up at about the 2-yard line, Vin.
Yeah.
I think the defender on that play, DeRay Mims, just kind of gave up on the tackle.
Yeah, he had him, and then he just stopped, it looked like.
Yeah, we're going to get another look at it, I believe. Let's see if
But a great throw by Ugarte. Great throw.
We'll get another look at it here. It looks like there's the catch. And yeah, it just kind of, I don't know if Mims was expecting forward progress or the whistle to stop there, but that's a little bit odd.
Yeah.
Got to finish the plays, play through the whistle, but it's now 20-0 in favor of the Bandits, and the Demon Knights, who have not scored over 20 points this season. The hill is now massive for the team in fire red here.
Yeah, now you have to really think about your game plan as far as where you go from here. It's only the second quarter, and you still have 2 more quarters to go, but you're going to have to start putting points on the board here.
Absolutely, and you have to, at some point, be able to stop this Bandits offense as well, because at this point they are now 3 for 3 on the offensive side of the ball. And remember, they get the ball first to start the second half as well. So the Demon Knights are going to need some points, and they're going to need some stops, and they haven't got into one to this point. Cardenas is lined up to kick this one. Lopez and Grizzle back deep to receive. This one in the direction of Lopez. He waits for it to bounce. It gets past him. Grizzle picks it up at the 10-yard line. He's got shifty speed. Gets hammered outside the 25-yard line. And for the 4th straight possession, the Demon Knights will have their worst starting field position. This time, it's inside the 30.
Yeah, kick coverage on these 2 last kickoffs has been really good by the Bandits.
So the Demon Knights came out, I guess, heeded some of our words or some of the words of those watching, and really came out firing and passing the ball on their last drive, at least trying to extend this defense. We'll see if they go back to the ground and pound run game, or if they try to develop something more in the passing game.
It seemed like the rust came off pretty quick. They had that first series where they were a little bit off sync, But from then on in, it's been all Bandits.
Yes. Sawicki has the lone catch in the game, but he fumbled it after a yard gain. Now Caballeros going to look for that deep ball on the sideline, and the catch is made. No, it's incomplete. Either could not stay in or that ball got jarred loose. Liddy was the intended receiver.
Yeah, it was a good play. You rolled out the quarterback a little bit there. You showed that tight formation. I think the Bandits thought run on that, and they had the open receiver, but he couldn't deliver it in the right spot.
So now 2nd and 10. And this is where you kind of miss that running game, Vin, because 2nd and long, 3rd and long, this is where the Empire Demon Knights have faltered at times. They really want to work it 2nd and short, 3rd and short, but got to find their way out of this one. Sawicki in motion. And looks like Caballero got his own team to move there. Sawicki and Lopez both moved on that play. Flag is down, and it looks like it'll be 2nd and 15 coming up.
Yeah, the cadence, that was a cadence false start there.
Winner of this game moves on to the EFA Season 7 Championship. That's next week. We plan to be there here at PDF Sports Network. Our 3rd year of coverage with the Elite Football Alliance, and we've seen a new champion crowned in each of the 3 seasons that we have covered. We'll have a new one this year for sure as well. 2nd and 15, the give is off the right tackle, and a gain of about 5 on the play. Maybe gets it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you can't, if you're the Demon Knights here, you can't panic. Just gotta change some things up, and that run got them some yardage. The pass has not worked today, though, for them.
No, and it might have to work in this scenario for them to move the chains. I don't know if they would go for it here this deep in their own territory. The ball's at their own 27-yard line. It is a 3rd down and 10 here for the Demon Knights. Caballeros will continue to work under center. Lopez is behind him, and the pitch is going to be to Lopez. Lopez trying to manufacture some space, gets it forward progress past the 30, maybe to the 32. And actually a solid gain on that play. Gets them about half the yardage that they needed for the 1st down, and now on 4th and 5, you can think about going for it here.
Yeah, that made it a more manageable 4th down for sure, Dave. And then now they have to decide whether they want to. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pass here. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit more than 5 yards to go, about a 4th and 6 officially. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line. The 1st down marker's at the 37. Back deep is James.
Watch Grizzle on the outside there towards us.
Yep, Caballeros is out of the shotgun, and this could be a punt here, Vin.
Yeah.
He is pretty deep back there in shotgun formation.
Oh, yep.
And he will
He punts it.
kick it straight up in the air, end over end. It bounces at about the 35-yard line. Takes a modest ESDK bounce, but the Bandits will get the ball back just inside their own 40-yard line. It'll be their 4th offensive drive of the game, and they've scored on their first 3.
Yeah. This is a must stop for the Demon Knights.
Right.
You cannot let them score on this play, on this drive.
Yeah, but right now the Demon Knights just haven't shown us anything where we can feel confident about their chances of coming back offensively. And so you almost look to your defense in these situations, Vin, as maybe making that big play, getting that interception, getting that fumble return, or setting the offense up with some good
they
field
love
position.
a pick 6 on this play right here. But
yeah, remember the first play of the game, too, where the Bandits almost threw an interception.
Right.
Sometimes the best offense is a good defense, and Demon Knights can use something. And talk about a deep high safety. The Demon Knights safety now is lined up 25 yards.
Well, it looks like they got too high now.
Yeah.
They're going into a different defense. Actually, it looks like they're bringing him in.
Looks like they are going to rush, and they do. And a little bit of over pursuit leads to a breakthrough in the backfield. Montgomery in a foot race. It's a sprint to the pylon, and Montgomery has enough. All the way for the touchdown, and the Bandits have busted this game open.
Man, that was just the Bandits outsmarting the Demon Knights there, because you saw them come out in too high safety, thinking that they were going to pass the ball, and there was no coverage on the other side, and the running back just went right through.
Yep. And you could see
there was nothing on that side of the field.
And then from there was a slip and a fall there, but from there it just becomes a foot race, and Montgomery wins.
And it looked like they were communicating with each other, the safeties were, to come up. And by the time they came up, they weren't up far enough. And the first time they decide to go out of that single high safety, they run the ball and they get a touchdown on that play.
So the Bandits have scored on all 4 of their offensive possessions. That drive, 1 play, and about 65 yards to the house.
That has to be demoralizing for the Demon Knights.
And Cardenius now will line up for the 1-point conversion. Bandits 0 for 3 on 2-point conversion attempts. A little bit of movement on the line. There's a block at ball live and picked up by the Bandits, so dead right there. And the Bandits are 0 for 4 on their point after attempts tonight. The score remains.
What?
Huh? Oh, you did? Oh, that's right. That's right.
Okay.
That's correct. That's why our score is 26-0 and now 24. So.
Right.
Thank you, Earl.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the Bandits 1 for 3 on their 2-point conversion attempts, now 0 for 1 on the 1-pointer. So again, second quarter still here, and the Bandits well on pace for their average and points scored per game.
I believe the top score they've had all year is 55, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was either 54 or 55, and that was...
They may eclipse that today.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, that 50 burger that they put up against the Legion, that was in a halted game that was halted early, probably due to the score.
Right.
They did score 40 against the Patterson Gravediggers, who are right now locked up with the New York Dolphins, and probably in the second half of that game started at 5:30. We started late here. We started about 6:20. The Bandits looking to punch their first ever ticket to an EFA championship game. This was a team, Vin, that had lost 18 straight games from 2021 coming into this season. They did have some forfeit wins mixed in there, but on the field, they had lost 18 straight times. But the job that they've done turning this program around has been exceptional. As this is Lopez eyeing the middle of the field, and now all the way to the near side, slips back inside and is put down at the 45-yard line.
Okay.
So good return by Ty Lopez
That's a
to
start.
open things up. Yeah,
That's a start.
and give ESDK a start. Now, whoever the Bandits, if they should win this game and hold on, whoever they should play in the championship will also be making their first appearance in an EFA championship. Both the Patterson Gravediggers and the New York Dolphins are first-year teams in the EFA. So if the Bandits should win, it'll be a first-ever matchup in EFA history in a championship game, and someone's going to lift the trophy for the first time.
And I'm sure that's what's fueling a lot of these teams, especially these first-time teams that have a chance to get to that championship game.
Yep. And now if you're the Demon Knights, you have 2.5 quarters to try and hang your hat on something positive here. Now, comebacks are not out of the question. We've been a part of games, football games, all kinds of games. And wait, now we're going to have the ball moved up 5 yards. This could have been for a sideline warning, perhaps. Maybe the second one. Not quite sure. Either way, 1st and 10 from the 50. But we've seen comebacks in a lot of sports that we've covered in PDF. So this one's not over, but big hill to climb. There's a run right up the middle. Good hard running for the Demon Knights. I believe that might have been the first carry for, who was that there? Timeout. is being called, I believe, 2-minute warning. Not quite sure who got the carry on that.
Didn't see that either. Looks like they caught him back on their heels on that play.
So we have a 2nd and 1 coming up. Maybe a long 1, short 2 on the play.
Demon Knights have to score before the half here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
There
They
is
need
no-
something here. And at the very least, they cannot give the ball back to the Bandits.
No.
They will run it up the middle. Another good, exceptional run. Bouncing it over to the outside and finally taken down inside the 30-yard line. And that was Bailey on the run, number 33, last 2 carries.
It seems like Bailey's giving him a spark here on this.
Where's he been these first few drives here? And a timeout is being called by the Empire State Demon Knights. That is the 2nd timeout that they have utilized. They have 1 remaining. The ball is at the 27-yard line, it seems. And Vin, one thing about this Demon Knights team is they do not have a place kicker. Now, Caballeros, a very good punter on this team, but in the 3 years that I've covered the Demon Knights, they have not attempted a field goal. So it is touchdown or bust, and you got to think about a 150, 140 left on the clock here. They've got to go 27 yards on this short drive here to end the second half.
Yeah, definitely. I think
second quarter. So.
Yeah, and the Bandits are together now, I think, because I think when you take a 26-0 lead, your tendency is to kind of sit back a little bit more, kind of take it easy, but they've got to keep playing the way they've been playing. And the Demon Knights, again, like you said, they've got to score. This is definitely a must-score situation for them.
Right. And if you are the Demon Knights, obviously, and you're able to score a touchdown here to end the first half, that's a good feeling going into intermission, cutting that lead down. And, of course, they're going to have a huge hurdle to climb in the second half. But you got to start somewhere. There's no such thing as a 26-point touchdown. So start with the ones that count for 6. Caballeros continues to operate under center, tight formation. The give is to Lopez, and he tries to move the pile up about 2 yards on the play, but that's it. Now, Empire State Demon Knights want to work quickly here. We know that. They only have the 1 timeout remaining, so they'll get that ball snapped and try to move relatively quickly here. 2nd down and 8. Caballeros under center. Long snap count. The fake give. He's under intense pressure. Caballeros, no choice but to swallow that one. He takes the sack, and it'll be 3rd down and long coming up.
Yeah, that was the worst thing that could happen on that play right there. It was a sack. He didn't even have time to look or get rid of that ball at all on that play.
And because of that as well, the Demon Knights forced to call their final timeout. None remaining for them. And the Demon Knights now, with the ball spotted at the 27-yard line, will have themselves a 3rd down and 10.
I don't know if they were running play. It didn't look like a play action on that because he didn't look like he was handing the ball off at all,
right,
or faking it. I think if they would have tried to at least hand the ball off there and at least given the look of a handoff, maybe he would have been able to get the ball off to avoid the sack. But
right. So the Demon Knights are coming out of their huddle now. We'll wait for the Bandits to exit their team huddle going on. If it's a 3rd and 10, it's a shorter 10. Ball spotted just outside the 26. But still, mission number 1 is to get the 1st down here for the Demon Knights and then maybe take 3 or 4 shots at the end zone. They are out of timeout, so they can no longer stop the clock. So if they come up short here on 4th down, they'll have to run a play very quickly. They don't have the opportunity to spike the ball. Lopez is in the backfield with Caballero, Sawicki rushing left to right. Decent protection. They work middle of the field, intercepted! Right in the middle of the zone, and the Bandits were there.
I don't know if he saw him.
Nope, Sergio
over the
Mencia
middle.
making the play. Mencia was just sitting down there in the zone, and Caballero, like you mentioned, just didn't see him.
I saw the guy he wanted to go to, and he definitely did not see that player in the middle of the field.
Mencia, a former New York Legion player, yep, just right in the middle of that zone. Mencia just had a step in front of it. And then the celebration for Mencia. So we'll see what the Bandits elect to do here with 2 timeouts remaining. Obviously, if there's a little bit over a minute left, that would be about it in this period. The ball is spotted just outside the 21-yard line. So the Demon Knights got the benefits of a little bit of yardage back on that, despite the interception, but
I think they might be taking
wide.
a shot.
Why not?
Taking a
We've
shot.
had that much success. Good time. James across the middle of the field. Might want to look to get out of bounds. Steps over one. Now is going the opposite way. And here comes the cavalry
has
to
blockers.
offer him a ride. Near side. It's a sprint.
He's tired.
And James is out of gas and pops out inside the 30.
He ran out of gas, Dave. Otherwise, he probably scores on that play.
Absolutely. Well, he had a lot of real estate to make up from. We'll get another look at it. We'll see. Unless that's the end of the first half, it might be. Nope, they're just going to reset. But you could see Errol James shaking big. I thought he was going to try to get out of bounds there just to preserve some clock. But, hey, what do I know?
Yeah.
There we go. Another 20, 30, about 40 yards more down the field.
Yeah. Looks like he ran an extra 10 to get that 40.
Right. So the ball spotted at the 30-yard line here for the Bandits.
Good opportunity for them to just...
Clock was stopped. They did not have to take a timeout there. They have 2 remaining. Ugarte being pressured, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run with it, and the cavalry comes in to swallow him up. And finally taken down, a loss of about 2 on the play, and it will be a timeout called here by the Bandits.
I think the ref should have called the whistle when he lost forward progress.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I really do. 2nd down and 12. And while we have the timeout, we'll back up and see that play again as it was happening. Ugarte stepping up, doing a good job there, but
see, he loses
right
forward
there,
progress.
right there is when you want to hear that whistle.
Blow that whistle.
And Ugarte kind of fortunate he didn't get cold clocked by somebody on his blind side.
I know the players don't like it, but
Right.
And you protect the player there too as well, like you said.
Well, the ball is spotted back at the 30, so this will be a 2nd down and 10 coming up. I don't know how consequential that is or not at this point. Only the fact that it does leave the spike still on the table. The Bandits have 1 timeout remaining. We're not quite sure how much time there is left, but it has to be under a minute at this point. Here we go, 2nd down and 10. Bandits up by 26, looking for more. The fake give underneath and the pass in the flat. Jenkins looking to drip past a couple of players as close to the 1st down, and we're going to have a timeout whistled here, and that could be the end. No, it's a timeout by the Bandits. It's their final timeout. And I believe it's going to be just short of the 1st down. I don't know what's going on with these down markers here, but
looks like the blocking fell apart on that play too on that side.
Yeah, so it'll be a 3rd and short here. And if the Bandits want to run a play just to get the 1st down, they'll need to get out of bounds, or they'll need to pick up the 1st down and spike it to preserve whatever time is left to take shots in the end zone. Otherwise, I would suspect, and if I were the Bandits, I would put the ball in the end zone right now.
And you would think it would be the corner of the end zone where the Demon Knights have been really susceptible in this game.
Now, down marker says 4th down. I have it as 3rd. it's third. I believe it's third.
Single high safety, Dave, spread formation.
This has worked before. 2 wide receivers near side. It's going in that area. Once again, the pump. There's the throw, and it's good. Yeah, good defensive play by number 13. We do not have him on our roster. And that, I believe, may be the end of the first half, and it is. And I think that is. Before we flash it up on screen, let's be sure about this. Both teams are going back to their respective huddles, and that will be the case. So we've come to halftime here at McCombs Dam Park in the Bronx, New York. The Bandits, the number 1 seed in the EFA postseason tournament, have themselves a huge lead against the Empire State Demon Knights from the shadows of Yankee Stadium. We're going to step aside, take a break, go off headset for a few moments, and when we come back, we will bring you the second half of action here between the Bandits and the Demon Knights. 26-0 is your score. Welcome back here to McCombs Dam Park in the Bronx, New York, overshadowed by Yankee Stadium in our background here. We are at halftime between the top-seeded New York Bandits, a 26-0 lead right now at halftime over the number 4 seed Empire State Demon Knights. And Vin, for all intents and purposes, it looks like the Bandits are on their way to a championship berth.
Yeah, I think it's probably in the cards right now that the Bandits are going to win this game. But like we've said before, stranger things have happened, and I think with if the Demon Knights can get a stop on this first Bandit possession, they may have a shot. But they have to score quick, and they got to score a lot, and they got to get stops on defense.
Yep, absolutely. Now, the one thing that they did get was a stop on defense the last time the Bandits were on the field. Now, granted, the Bandits only had about a minute to go down about 80 yards, and they almost did. But the Demon Knights did get the stop. Now they got to kick off here, and they haven't kicked off yet in this game, and so we could see a surprise here on the opening kick. And I'm almost of the assumption here, Vin, like, why not? You're down by 26.
Yeah.
You know, try to sneak one in here on an onside kick and get yourself a little bit of momentum. But we'll see what they decide to do here to start things off.
Yeah, you may as well start it out and take a shot. You really haven't been able to stop them all game except for that one last play, but which gives you a little bit of confidence defensively that you can stop them, but
and we do not have an update from our other semifinal game between the Patterson Gravediggers and the New York Dolphins. Those two teams met twice during the regular season. The Patterson Gravediggers with a couple of shutout wins against the Dolphins. The Dolphins' only 2 losses of the season. But they were supposed to get underway at 5:30 in Patterson, New Jersey, so they are probably coming towards the end, if not over, in that game already. We got off to a little bit of a late start here in the Bronx. We got started about 6:20, and we are about ready to start the game's second half. All right, we're lined up. We're ready to go here. Start of the second half. Empire State Demon Knights need a huge comeback. A line drive kick hits the up man. David Cruz goes right back down on it. The Bandits will have it, and probably their best starting field position of the game at their own 45-yard line to start things off.
I don't think that kick was on purpose.
Right. At least the line drive.
The line drive
Yeah.
part of it.
So if you're the Bandits here, Vin, you have to think good, clean, fundamental football for these final 30 minutes. They've scored the requisite amount of points you would think to have this game sealed up.
Yeah, the clock is definitely in your favor. You run the clock, or, I mean, the Bandits have shown they will put points on the board just to make you, keep you out of it. So, but if I'm the Bandits here, I just kind of slowly and surely work my way up the field and run as much clock as possible.
Absolutely, and they've been successful at both. They've run the football well, although it's been limited, and they've thrown the ball pretty much all over the field. Their touchdowns, 3 through the air and one on the ground. Montgomery spills out, middle of the pack, and he is put down at the Demon Knights 40-yard line. A quick first down.
That's tough for the Demon Knights, as they were rushing guys, and it looked like they had enough guys up front to make sure that they were going to stop the run, but they couldn't.
And while the Demon Knights take their time getting back on the defensive side, the Bandits will operate without a huddle here. Crowded backfield, the give is to Montgomery. Tries to get over to the right. I think the Bandits wanted a horse collar on that. They won't get it. The run on the play was by Tajay Hollington.
The Demon Knights had that snuffed out. They strung it along towards the right side.
Yeah,
nowhere to go there.
Good play there. It'll be 2nd down and 11 after the yard loss. Of course, the clock continues to move here, and that benefits the Bandits, who should be in no hurry here. They relay the plays in and out from the sideline. Looks like back in the backfield will be Critchlow to join Hollington. Ugarte out of the shotgun. Long snap count as the fake to Hollington. Big pressure, and
wide
all
open.
Alone is Jenkins. Touchdown! Jonathan Jenkins. Another 6 for him, and the Bandits pour it on. It's now 32-0.
It's again, single high safety, just beat his defender, and that was it. He was wide open.
Yep, and a little bit of misdirection there in the backfield. And there he is, wide open.
Nobody back there.
So Jenkins, huge touchdown, 40 yards in the air. For Ugarte, that's his 4th touchdown pass of the game. And the Bandits will line it up here, what I believe will be a 1-point try. Everything going right for the New York Bandits tonight. They scored on their first 4 drives of the first half and score on their first drive here of half number 2. Snap is down, spot is up, and the kick is no good. It's just under the upright. So the score will remain Bandits 32 and the Demon Knights nothing.
Yeah, that's the one time the Demon Knights actually played double safety or cover 2, they got run against, and they got a run for a touchdown. Now they stay in single high safety. They play cover 1, and they get beat again. So this Bandit team is just, it looks like they are an all-around type of offense. They can run the ball, pass the ball, and the Demon Knights just don't have an answer for it.
And you can see on your screen the Demon Knights schedule this season, and this score, despite the fact that they've fallen 5 times, those losses were by 1 point, by 8 points, by 1 point again, by 13, and by 20. And we're getting to that point of the game where they might lose this game by more than all of that combined.
Yeah,
the way this game is going. This is not a team that loses games by 30 plus points. it has to be very frustrating for them.
Well, it seemed like in those games, I don't know, but if they were in ball control, the ball control went away in the first half.
Right.
So there's no ball control right now, and you're going to have to throw your way out of this one, I think. There's no down 32.
Well, yeah. Now
it's going to be hard to run the ball at this point.
Obviously, yeah, and that's a good point, Vin, because this is a ground and pound team that wants to utilize the run game, and you've officially taken that away at this point. The Demon Knights, I think, will continue to stick with it because that's just their identity and who they are. But if any team with a realistic shot at winning this game down by 30 plus, it's got to be pass, pass, pass all the time, looking for that home run.
I'd like to see him come out in a different formation too, rather than the bunch or, one wide receiver right.
Live ball picked up finally just past the 20-yard line and returned a little bit out past the 35 for the Demon Knights, where they will take over. First drive of the second half. We'll see what they have in store for us on offense. I want to thank everybody at the EFA for setting us up here at McCombs Dam Park in the Bronx, New York. We will be with you here, obviously, tonight and next week. Next week, our audio will be a lot better. We understand that we've had some audio difficulties tonight, thanks to human error, I guess you could say. But our audio equipment was not working for us today, so we are working right off of our audio input on our laptop, the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, anybody who's ever been a Zoom call probably knows what this sounds like.
Absolutely. We'll look to clean it up a little bit in post, but for now, it's worked out for us, so thank our lucky stars for that. We also did something unbelievable on the way here, and that was we found a spot, a parking spot.
And it was close.
Literally right outside the park. I mean, we just got
how many
so
times
lucky.
has anybody ever found a spot right outside, out front of Yankee Stadium?
Right. And there was a couple of cars behind us who were licking their chops, thinking they were going to get in our spot, and we said no. Shut that down right away, and we got right into the ballpark here. So
you did a good job.
Things have gone well for us. All things considered, weather's holding out. It's a nice, chilly evening here.
This is football weather, Dave.
But we'll take it.
This is definitely football weather for sure.
Exactly. All right, so here we go. After a long pause, teams get resituated. Bandits are kicking off from the 30, so this is a re-kick because of a penalty on the previous kickoff. Should give the Demon Knights better field position. We'll see. If they get it past the 35, it'll be beneficial. End over end kick. It's a good one. Ends up at about the 20, 25-yard line by Grizzle. Grizzle gets held up and now gets put down just shy of the 45-yard line. Ball came out very late. But the Demon Knights do pick up about an extra 10 yards of real estate after the penalty.
Yeah, Grizzle got a good head of steam on that ball. He got that ball in the air and just took off. I thought maybe that might go for a little bit more on that play.
Yep. One positive thing you can really say about the Bandits is they have kept Grizzle silent in this game offensively. They've kept Caden Liddy silent offensively. Those are the two marquee playmakers for the Demon Knights in the passing game. The passing game has been virtually non-existent, but those two young men have really been kept off the stat sheet in this one.
Yeah, it looks like they're abandoning the tight formation, Dave. Like I said, looks like four wides.
And we saw a couple of good runs from Akia Bailey in this one, but those was his only two runs of the first half. Lopez joins Caballeros in the backfield. Pressure, the pass, middle of the field, that's incomplete. Pass was low to Sawicki, closest receiver in the area. He had to go down on his knees, no play.
Yeah, if you're going to quick pass like that, you got to hit your receiver. He was wide open on that play and caught the ground, not the receiver.
Yep, and that's where good pressure in the early stages of the game really forces a quarterback's internal clock to speed up there, Vin. You just get the sense that Caballero, as soon as he gets that ball, just immediately has to make a decision. There was a flag down on that last play, I think, and they've moved the ball up 5 yards. So it's a procedural penalty against the Bandits. So we'll make this 2nd and 5 a 1st and 5 instead.
And then they could at least run a draw out of this formation, it looks like, but I believe this is probably what they should have came out with in the first beginning of the second half.
They'll move Lopez over from left to right. Caballeros alone in the backfield.
Extra block.
Good blocking in front of him, and that pass was incomplete. Thrown high and outside Sawicki. Good coverage on the play as well by the Bandits. Cameron Nicholson was there.
Yeah, Nicholson was all over him on that play.
See, taking some tosses for the Bandits on the sideline is number 12, David Cruz. He's been in the game as a wideout a couple times, but he's starting a soft toss on the sideline. Wonder if we've seen the last of David Ugarte early in this game. It'll be a 2nd and 5 coming up for the Demon Knights. Motion here as Lopez trails off to the left side. 4 wide receivers on this near side. Looking in the flat, the pass blown up. Lopez lost 5 on the play. He's still down. And you were in the middle of saying it, Ben, a little too much hesitation
Too much hesitation on that play. If he was going to throw it, he should have threw it right away. Or he should have at least faked it if he would have had another progression downfield. But I didn't see anybody open.
Yep, that's one of those plays, Ben, where if you see that hesitation, you almost think it's going to be a pump fake to the flat, and you're going to look to hit somebody deep. But pass was late, and Lopez got blown up in the backfield. He's still in the game, but that was a loss of 5 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Dangerous throw for your wide receiver, too. If you're not automatic with that throw, you're going to get your wide receiver blown up just like that.
So now on 3rd and 10, you're forced to go down the field. Nothing has been high percentage there at all. Caballeros will move Lopez over to the right. Shadowing the tackle. Caballeros looks middle of the field, puts one up towards the sideline, in stride, and the catch is dropped. Wow.
Wow, it looked like he had possession and dropped it, Dave.
It did, didn't it? It looked like he had taken a step or two.
That was a football move, for sure.
That was Liddy.
That looked like it was a 2-yard football move.
And we're going to see it here
I
from
think
its
that should have been a fumble, Dave.
Well, let's look at it from its entirety here. There's Lopez going over, shading the tackle. It got Caballeros a little bit of time.
Great throw to lead him.
That was a perfect throw.
And he took at least 2 steps.
Just don't know if he had complete control. I mean, obviously, it's impossible for us to make that determination here.
That's tough.
Go back to live action. 4th down and 10.
That was a beautiful throw.
Gorgeous throw.
Beautiful throw.
Drive hangs on this play. Good pressure by the Bandits. Caballeros underneath, and that one's incomplete. Broken up by Mencia, but here comes the flag.
It looks like it's going to be pass interference.
It looks like it is, and Mencia might have had the hand on the back of Christian Grizzle, and that's what prompted
a little too much.
The flag. And we're going to get a chance to see it. We'll see it a little bit slowed down as well. Let's just slow this guy down a little bit. Let's take a look. We can pick it up here. Bottom of your screen, Mencia coming in. Yeah, you can just see that left hand on the back. We're going to back up just a little bit more here. Yeah, just a little bit too much contact.
Yeah, and then him going down as well kind of led the referee to kind of think that he dragged him down before the ball got there.
So as a result, 1st and 10 for the Demon Knights. They'll reset the sticks here, but they'll have the ball at the Bandits' 42-yard line, courtesy of the penalty.
Again, Caballero a little bit hesitant in throwing the ball. He kind of pump faked a little bit there. I don't know.
Yeah, and
Kind of indecisive.
right. And that just could be Caballero just unsure of
And there wasn't a
what
lot of
he's seeing in
pressure
front
on
of
that
him.
play either.
Right. He's gotten the time on some of these throws for sure. That throw to Liddy was perfect, though.
Yeah.
I have to say that.
Yeah, he led him perfectly.
End around to Grizzle. Grizzle with some speed, bounces past the 40, the 35, and gives himself up at about the 32-yard line, very close to the first down.
Grizzle fired up.
Yeah, he's fired
on
up.
that
He's trying to
play.
fire up his team,
Trying
too.
to fire up that team.
They will move the sticks. Grizzle with a nice move inside to get the requisite 10 yards he needed. But
Caught the Bandits in pass defense, obviously thinking they're going to throw the ball.
now Grizzle will line up in the slot here on the near side. Sawicki flanked out wide. Otherwise, it's Lopez in the backfield. Caballero under center.
Play action.
He's going to have some pressure on his blind side. That pass dropped by Ty Lopez about 5 yards down the field. There is a
Delay
flag.
game,
And it's
Dave. That's a delay game.
what happened there, Ben?
Looks like one of the other players kicked the ball
Yeah.
and kicked it the other way.
Oh, there it
and-
is at the
yeah.
40.
Yep. And that is a no-no in football.
All right, so we will watch the white hat, see what the result of this one is. That pass a little elevated from Caballero to
Yeah, he was under pressure
Lopez,
a little bit,
but
so
Lopez did get both hands on it, just couldn't bring it down. They're going to move this ball forward just a little bit. See what. Going to move this half the distance or 15 yards. It looks like. Yeah, it'll be a 15-yard penalty and a
was
first
that
down.
an unsportsman? It's unsportsman, yep. That's what it
So
was.
the ball will be moved inside
Yeah.
the 15-yard line.
The Bandit player just grabbed the ball, Dave, and kicked it past the 50.
And unfortunately, I don't have the power to go that far back and get the replay. Otherwise, I would. But that was a 15-yard penalty, so the ball will be spotted at the 17-yard line. This is the deepest penetration that the Demon Knights have had tonight. Down by 32, you would think that the game is out of reach, but the Demon Knights trying to hang their hat on something positive here. And offensively, this has been one of their better drives.
Yeah. This is kind of what the drive should have looked like in the beginning of the game. But you know that you can't make those mistakes though. Those are just things that you can control those.
Yep.
Kicking the ball past the 50, not a good choice.
Right. And in a tighter game, maybe that gets a little bit more
Yeah.
under the microscope.
But I think they want the Bandits are a proud team. They might want the shutout here, but
Right.
that doesn't help.
Right. So the Demon Knights, who huddled up at the Bandits' 45-yard line, have a long walk over to the 17, where they will take over. Bandits up 32-0 on 5 touchdowns, 4 through the air by David Ugarte. A couple touchdown catches from Errol James, one from Jenkins, one from Terrell Christian in this game. Huge run, 60-plus yards from Tajay Montgomery. But it's the Demon Knights' turn now, 1st and 10 from the Bandits' 17-yard line.
Looks like the defense looks like they want to play press, and it looks like they're backing up off the receivers.
Just not sure what's going on here. This has taken a long time between the penalty and getting reset. So after the long delay, here we go. Back to live action. 1st and 10. Demon Knights. In motion, Lopez stops the Caballeros left. The throw in the flat to Grizzle. Grizzle making a move to the inside. He gets caught up at about the 15. Forward progress might have gotten him a yard, but we have another penalty and another flag on the play.
A late flag on that play.
I suspect we're going to have another long delay here, a conversation.
Yeah, I saw Demon Knight fly across the field, so I don't know.
So let's see what our calls are. Personal foul. Looks like against the Bandits, trying to get a number worked out here. If it's only against the Bandits, it'll be a half the distance foul. Not quite sure what that call
I
is.
don't know what that was.
Maybe it was against the Demon Knights?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so.
So if it comes after the play, it'll be second down. And 25, wow, they're backing this up 20 yards.
So the progress they made is now.
That's a 20-yard penalty? How is that right?
Yeah, I don't see that.
Well, they backed it up 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That is.
So that is a bad spot.
Yeah.
2nd and 30. Ball's at the 36. First down marker's at the 6. Caballero looking towards the right side, and the hash mark, and it is dropped once more. Another big-time drop down on the far side of the field, and if that's Liddy again, I'll tell you what it is. It's Liddy's second drop of this drive here.
Any form of any kind of comeback.
Yeah. That's an unorthodox drop by Liddy, because he's usually sure-handed, a big-time playmaker.
If you look at 11, the pass rusher on that play, it was Desmond Daly, stopped. And I thought he had the quarterback. I mean, he could have put more pressure on him than that, but he was, and then the receiver was wide open, Liddy wide open, and just dropped it.
So 2nd and 30 now becomes 3rd and 30.
That was a gift.
Yes. That would have been about a 15, 20-yard gain, too. So now you got a long way to go. And will Caballero have the time here to look down the field?
Only rushing 4.
Good pocket. The throw is down low and caught by Grizzle. Grizzle ends up at the 25-yard line. Still well short of the first down. It'll be a 4th down and 19 coming up.
Trying to get to the line as quick as possible right now. Or not.
Well, yeah, I think on 4th down here, they need to make sure they got the right call here. So we are probably past the midway point of this 3rd quarter. It's been a quarter that has really run on a great deal due to some stoppages, but here we go. 5 wide receivers in the game for the Demon Knights, who need 19 yards here on 4th down. Good snap. Caballero getting some pressure late, and the pass is too high and far extended for Tyler Sawicki, and the Demon Knights will give it up on downs.
Yeah, he would have had to have put that ball right between 2 defenders, and he just overthrew him for sure on that play.
So it'll be a 1st down for the New York Bandits, who have scored on 5 of their 6 drives here tonight. The only other drive that they did not score on was to close out the first half. Other than that, it's been touchdowns for the Bandits, a 1 2-point conversion made, and that's been the scoring. 4 touchdown passes by Ugarte. It looks like his day is done, and it will be.
That's a good call by the coach, just to rest his quarterback for what should be the next game, the championship game.
But it will be Cruz in at quarterback, number 12. He's got Hollington lined up to his right, and DeCarlos Critchlow is now running back, is now the H-back, and working his way into the game is Naheem Henry as well, tight end. The give is to Critchlow. Critchlow gains that right edge, sprinting towards the sideline, turns it back up the field for an easy 1st down. Good hard running by DeCarlos Critchlow.
Yeah, not a lot of hard pursuit by the Demon Knights on that play. It looks like they're
They look like a deflated team.
They look like a deflated team for sure.
And, you know,
That
a couple
handoff
of guys,
didn't look clean, though, either. So,
yep, and they Demon Knights, I think you made reference to this earlier, some of these guys playing both sides of the line of scrimmage as well, including, of course, quarterback Ricardo Caballero, who's also their middle linebacker. Grizzle here on the near side. So that playing a part in this too. Crowded backfield. The give is to DeCarlos Critchlow again, making some moves and powers ahead for a good strong 5 yards on 1st and 10.
yeah, you can see the defensive line separating as the offensive line is now just kind of having their way with everybody. Looks like this Demon Knights team looks a little gassed at this point.
They do, and the Bandits are choosing to work quickly here as well. Kind of a muddle huddle to come out of this. Cruz out of the shotgun. The give is to Hollington. Hollington, he gets the edge and gets thrown out of bounds after a quality gain and another 1st down.
DeCarlos Critchlow, great block out of the backfield on that play to kind of spring that runner on the outside.
And we'll take a look at it again here. See what you see. Actually, yeah, we'll see the lead runner there. Yeah, hey, he brought his guy about 8 yards down the field. So the ball's at the Demon Knights 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Here come the Bandits down the field again.
I would be very shocked if they threw the ball on this drive at all.
So would I. No reason to, really. 3rd quarter must be coming to a close pretty soon. Big pressure on Cruz, and finally taking him down on a second effort was Armani Beasley. 1st sack of the game for the Demon Knights.
Of course, once you say it, Dave, you say I would be surprised, then the quarterback went back to throw the ball.
Oh, we'll get another look at it. Yeah,
untouched.
Right. Well, that's not only 1 hit from the blind side, but 2 hits from the blind side on the same play.
Blocking broke down there.
Loss of 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 17. The give is to Hollington. Hollington with a big head of steam, making people miss, and gets the 1st down at the 30-yard line of the Demon Knights.
Yeah, when you're running like that, Dave, I don't even know why they're getting back, why they even tried to throw the ball. I know you're trying to maybe mix it in, but that offensive line is just overpowering the defensive line right now. There's a lot of holes up in the middle there.
Yep. That's right, straight through the teeth of this Demon Knights defense that's working here for the Bandits. They've gone off tackle as well here, especially on this near side.
8 in the box here, Dave. Oh, 1 drop.
The fake to Hollington. Now they go on the flat. That's incomplete. Pass was just a little bit behind Henry. Henry had a backpedal to it, could not make the grab. It'll be 2nd down.
Little scuffle here in the middle of the line there.
Yeah. Temper is flaring, of course. Both sidelines will get a talking to here. Not quite sure. There was no flags that came out. And they asking the Bandits to get back on their sideline here. There's a lot of Bandits that spilled out into the field.
Yeah, Udarte's out there. I don't know. He needs to be back because they don't want to lose him for... I don't know if they do that in this league, if there's suspensions at all. But.
The give underneath.
Oh, he took it right
the
from
ball
him.
Right, stripped right away from him, and here come the Demon Knights the other way. Ty Lopez, the strip, the fumble force, the fumble recovery. Here's the pitch the other way to Grizzle, and he's in for the touchdown. In the most incomprehensible of ways, the Demon Knights are on the board.
He just grabbed that ball right out of his hands and ran the other way.
Well, we're going to get to see it, and we'll see it a little bit slowed down so we can see a little bit of the strip on that play. What a play by
he
Lopez.
was in the backfield
yeah.
right before.
He almost got the handoff himself.
Yeah.
Hollington never really did get a chance to corral it, and then here you go. Here's the rest of the play. Lopez kind of found the defender here and then pitched it back.
Wow, he had the wherewithal to pitch that ball back and see the guy as the guy was trying to tackle him down.
That's a play.
Wow.
Great play.
That was a great play.
Highlight reel play. The Bandits shutout ruined by that play. But I'll tell you what, down 32-0, you never quit.
Right.
And you still continue to play hard. And there's a good individual effort by Ty Lopez to get the strip, force the fumble, recover the fumble, and almost take it himself the whole way.
Yeah, and he was in the backfield right when that ball was handed off.
Yep.
So.
And maybe after the conversion attempt, we'll look at it again. But then, having his teammates follow him down the field to set up blocking, and if you're Christian Grizzle, to put yourself in a position to get that lateral and take it in. That's good hard work for this Empire State Demon Knights team. As Vin mentioned, a proud team and one that gets in the end zone for the first time. Looks like it will be Bailey in the backfield for the Demon Knights. Had a couple of quality carries in the first half. Fake there, Caballero sprinting, and he gets tripped up. Great open field play as we have 2-point conversion that is no good. That was Amari Clark who made that great tackle.
Yeah, and it was good coverage in the back of the end zone. Nobody was open for him at all on that play.
All right, so we're going to see the play again. And at this point, we're just going to see it to appreciate the hard work done by Ty Lopez with the strip. You can see he's in the backfield as Hollington gets the ball. And then look at all the red jerseys that are coming to help. And that's good work there by the Demon Knights, what you want to see in a game where you're down by a bunch. And then Grizzle's showing up, right place, right time, and Grizzle's like, all right, didn't expect to score a touchdown this way, but I'll take it.
Good play. There was the defensive play we needed to see, but I don't know if it's too little too late here, Dave.
Probably.
Yeah.
You would think
32-6. I don't know what the time is right now.
No, we don't, but we are coming towards the end of the third. You'd have to
I would think it would be the end of the third right now, yeah.
This game is officially 2 hours old, and we are getting to that point where lighting might be an issue coming up. So it's something that we'll have to think about as well. But the Bandits still up by a bunch, 32-6, and they were driving on that last drive. They took over from the Demon Knights on downs, and they were driving. And I think that is the end of the third quarter. So they issued the end of the third during the changeover. And we are going to have start of the fourth quarter, so with the Bandits getting the ball here via the kickoff. So quick little changeover, and the final 15 minutes. Both teams with a touchdown in this half. Bandits went up 26-0 at half, scored on their first possession of the second half, and the Demon Knights, as the Bandits were driving again, score on defense. We covered a Demon Knights game earlier in the season, Vin, where they played the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were winning that game 16-0 with under 2 or 3 minutes left to go in the game, and the Demon Knights scored on defense. They made it 16-8, and then they had a chance. They got the ball back on a 3-and-out. They actually had a chance to win or tie that game, and they unfortunately couldn't. They turned the ball over with about 20 seconds left in the game, and that's how that one ended. But another game in which their defense has stepped up.
Definitely. I don't know if that'll help this game, but at least they have a little bit of pride now, and they've scored. They've put some points on the board.
Right. The shutout broken up. See if they can work something out of this. It is a relative onside squib kick. Goes to the up man, and that one is still down. It was picked up momentarily. They battle for it. It looks like it will be Bandits football. That was a little hairy.
Yeah, and when he tried to pick it up with one hand, there was a guy there. I thought maybe he might try to knock that ball out, but that was a close play.
So the Bandits will take over at their own 45-yard line. Their own 42-yard line. They'll get their offense on the field. And they were driving primarily via the run, Hollington and Critchlow. And now both teams are going, or the Bandits going back to their sideline. I don't know if this was a timeout called or if there's an official timeout here. They're moving the ball up a little bit.
Players with their helmets off.
Well, they moved the ball 5 yards further up the field. So I think the Demon Knights just got called for something.
See the call here.
Offsides on the kicking team. It's enforced from the end of the run, so they will start at the 46-yard line instead of the 41. So there's our explanation for that. Bandits once again with great starting field position here, and they were really gobbling up the yards on the ground. And now they'll put it in the air and almost intercepted, and it's caught instead. Getting up and running with it is Juan Colon. He's inside the 20 where he goes out of bounds, and how about that for a play?
I think that ball might have hit that looked like it hit the ground.
Well, we will see.
I don't know.
We will see, and we will slow it down.
That was really low.
It doesn't matter. There is no replay. And here it is, ultra slowed down, and we'll see if it hits the... it's so hard to see.
Oh, no, it didn't.
We were screened, but...
He looked like he tried to go for the pick. And
right. It was Grizzle who tried to go for the pick. Unsuccessful.
You got it.
And if Cologne doesn't step out of bounds there, he might go all the way there. Well,
Grizzle jawing with the sideline and the referee now.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Bandits are not taking their foot off the gas, that's for sure.
Definitely not.
So much for 3 yards in a cloud of dust here in this fourth quarter to get this game over with. Now, granted, that was a wide receiver screen, so we weren't really expecting a 50-yard gain on that play.
It was a very slow-moving play, though.
Right.
That should have been picked off.
It's just inside the 20 now, so the Bandits officially in the red zone. Cruz back to pass, looks on the far side this time, and that one is incomplete. Another drop pass, that time by Terrell Christian. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, these throws are coming out really slow, Dave. It looks like the corners they look like they're jumping. They look like they can jump the routes, but I don't know why the corner hesitated there on that play.
Yep. Well, remember when Ugarte was pump faking and then, was able to seize the cornerbacks. Cruz that time not doing that, and this time Demon Knights corner staying home. 2nd down and 10. To Critchlow in the backfield. It will be Cruz looking in the corner of the end zone. It is intercepted that time. And so they give it back to the Demon Knights via the touchback. Christian Grizzle gets himself on the highlight reel again.
Yeah, Grizzle read that right from the jump. He was all over him. You could see it right from the start. And that ball was a little slow coming out. And Grizzle's fast enough to catch up to that football. Yeah, he was all over him.
Yeah.
Great positioning and everything on that play by Grizzle.
So for what it's worth, the Demon Knights get the ball back here. 2nd straight drive where the Bandits have turned the ball over. That time in the end zone. Demon Knights will get themselves started at the 20. Down by 26 on the scoreboard. This is the game's final quarter. Demon Knights, who came out running the ball exclusively. It wasn't until the 2nd quarter that they threw their first pass of the game. Now forced one-dimensionally the other way, as we are going to have a whistle and a timeout called by the Bandits.
Didn't have enough people on the field, looked like, Dave. Somebody, number 13, like Kenneth Frederick was running onto the field as they called that timeout.
Yeah. So as we mentioned before, next week the EFA Season 7 Championship taking place. A week from tonight, we will be there here on PDF Sports Network. We'll let you know exact start times when we get them.
Should be a good one.
Yep. While we have a moment, then we should flash up our upcoming schedule for PDF Sports Network. Of course, you see the EFA's championship game, and then on November 22nd, we will be on Staten Island at Wagner College to see the Staten Island Boys and Girls High School All-Star Games, sponsored by Soap Football Club and the Staten Island Soccer Club. And then 2 days later, we'll have the New York versus New Jersey semi-pro football all-star game being played at SUNY Maritime at 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. And then after that, our football coverage really ends, and we're exclusively hockey from that point forward for Rockets Hockey Club. We'll tell you a little bit more about that coming up. So 1st and 10 after the turnover and the touchback, the Demon Knights take over. Fake give inside, the pass to the sideline, out past the outstretched hands of Grizzle, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know. Caballero just seems like he's having a hard time throwing the ball, or
yeah, well that time
he's double clutching and
trying to get it through kind of like a screen of hands. Just put it in the wrong place for Grizzle. Grizzle couldn't get to it. 2nd down and 10. But they do work out of the spread, as we've seen almost exclusively since the second quarter. Caballero looking in the middle of the field. That one is caught by Grizzle. He spun around, still on his feet, and has finally stopped progress at about the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short.
Grizzle's still playing at 100% there, looks like. He's just a fire plug out there. But,
well, it's one thing that we said, this Demon Knights team will not give up. They will not concede. They will not throw in the towel. They will continue to play hard, and that's what you want to see from your star players. Grizzle was really a non-factor in the first half. Rarely touched the ball, if not for kickoff returns. He's been used heavily here in the second. Caballero had a hard time corralling that one. Steps up in the pocket, can't unleash it, and is forced to take the sack at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, when you can rush 4 and get to the quarterback and everybody drops, it's hard to find anybody open on that.
Yeah, that play almost doomed from the start because Caballero just could not control the snap.
Looked like the right tackle missed a block there on the outside.
Yeah, we'll get a quick look at it, but there was a moment there where Caballero was thinking about throwing the ball and just could not get the ball out of his hands. This is a little bit slowed down so we can see the snap as well. Yeah, just doesn't have full control. And then here is where he wants to throw it, but there's Amari Clark hassling him. So it brings up a 4th down and a little bit more than 5 yards here. Chance to extend the drive for the Demon Knights. They operate out of the spread. Caballero, Amari Clark on him, but the pass is complete to Grizzle. Grizzle with a couple of good moves. Still working towards the sideline, has the 1st down easily, and is out past the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, the Bandits giving up the middle of the field, those short passes, but you got to tackle.
And that time, that was a very good pass by Caballero with Amari Clark right in his face. Actually, that was Kevin White, who I think put the big pressure on number 82, not 92. So great pressure that time by Kevin White, and Caballero had to get it through him and perfectly into the arms of Grizzle. First and 10 for the Demon Knights at the 37. Caballero, big drop, steps up in the pocket, gets away from a couple, and now throws it into the direction of Sawicki. Incomplete. Second and 10.
Yeah, everybody covered on that play. That was a coverage.
I missed it.
Yep.
I mean, he got the ball out, but
It went deep.
everybody was covered on that play for sure.
So second down and 10 coming up here for the Demon Knights. They've been exclusively on the pass here on this drive. Started at the 20, able to get the first down on a fourth down conversion. New York Bandits will await the winner of the Gravediggers and the Dolphins. That game, we believe, has gone final. We'll wait for an update there. And the give is underneath this time to Lopez. Lopez able to make one man miss and bounces ahead for about a gain of 4 or 5. It'll set up a third and medium distance. And we have an official timeout. I think that might have been an injury or... Nope. I don't know what that was for.
No.
I'm going to try and get us a final score. Yeah, no scoring updates so far from the Patterson Gravediggers versus the New York Dolphins. Last update we had, Vin, the Gravediggers were losing to the Dolphins 8-6 in the third quarter. So how about that for a score? Of course,
Yeah,
we'll wait.
that's a baseball score.
Yep.
That's tight.
But we talk about special teams being important. In that game right now, a 2-point conversion is the difference.
Far from this game.
All right, we'll get you more information when we can. In the meantime, we're back to live action here. 3rd down and 5. And there is the wide receiver in the flat. It's Grizzle. Grizzle trying to make men miss, but just cannot. And it'll be 4th down from the same line spot on the field.
Trying to get the ball to the playmaker, see what he can do on the outside, but nothing doing on that.
It's funny because there is a graphic that shows a 4th quarter score, but it's cut off from the updates that I'm getting. So somebody's posting scores. They posted a 4th quarter score, but the score was cut off. We weren't able to see it.
They're teasing us, Dave.
In any event, that Dolphins and Gravediggers game was mighty close. We'll await a final score from that game. But it was 8-6 in the third in favor of the Dolphins. That's our last update that we have.
I mean, that's 2 good teams. The Dolphins are 6-2 going into that game.
Yeah, and their only 2 losses were to the Gravediggers. Caballero looking sideline, and that is too far extended in the direction of Liddy, and the Demon Knights will give it up on downs. Now, ESDK was looking for a flag for a late hit, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs yet again.
Yeah, he just wanted to throw it up there, see if his receiver could go make a play, but he overthrew him.
So the Bandits will take over. 4th quarter action here. The Bandits on their way to getting to the EFA championship. It'll be their first trip to the EFA final. Looking to hoist the trophy for the first time this organization's history in the EFA.
Yeah, the body language of the Demon Knights going off the field right now just looks defeating. I don't know. And they need a few more players back on the field here.
And nobody ready for that one here.
Yeah, there was 5 players on the field, Dave.
This game is crawling here in the second half. Our first half took 1 hour and 7 minutes.
There's been a lot of standing around.
Yeah. Second half has been a little over an hour and 15 minutes long, but feels longer than that.
Yeah, and the players coming on and off the field, there's really been no urgency from the Demon Knights side now.
So with this win, the Bandits will have their third against the Demon Knights this season. 27-14, 34-14, and now 32-6.
Well, I know we said it in the beginning. They had to play a perfect game in order to beat this team. So they didn't. The Bandits played their game.
No, exactly right. You know, we said it often in the pregame that the Demon Knights would have to come out here and play a sterling game, and really it just hasn't been the case. Defensively, they gave up the big play far too often, and they just haven't been able to be consistent offensively against this Bandits team. Cruz pirouetting in the backfield, wants to go all the way. That's a big arm on him. Feet tangle, and Jenkins unable, of course, to make the grab as he got locked up with Grizzle. Now we have whistles here, and we'll see what this is about.
Two-minute warning.
2-minute warning. So we are 1 minute and 50 seconds officially, and that's our 2-minute warning signal.
Yeah, Cruz didn't even look away from that side. He just was going towards that side the whole way. And Grizzle made a beautiful play on it.
Yeah. So with under 2 minutes to go, we have a 2nd and 10 here for the Bandits. Low snap, Cruz will throw. Middle of the field, incomplete. Pass was intended for Jenkins, too far ahead of him. In between the two defenders, Grizzle and number 13.
Same.
Huh? Oh, it's over there. I know. Why are they just running it? Run down the clock.
Sal's lending some commentary to our broadcast here.
He's saying what I'm wondering too,
third
Dave.
third man in the booth.
I don't get this play calling here. I would think.
No, and this is typical. I hate to say, this is typical EFA. You know, you do not put your foot off the pedal, and I'll explain why in a second. Cruz,
same side, Dave.
In the flat, DeCritchlow making a man miss, staying in bounds, smart play, just short of the first down. It'll be about a 3rd and 1. Good job. But, you know, I think part of it too, Vin, is that a lot of these guys don't get a chance to play in games. They're backups, and they don't get a chance to really get a lot of reps.
Yeah, that makes
sense. And these guys don't play for money. They play for the heart of it.
Yeah.
And they also spend money to be on these teams. And, you know, when they have a chance to score, they're going to try and score. His Cruz, and he slides down. First down, and the bench loves it.
And I say
and that's the other reason
stumbling down the field, Dave.
And that was a free play. I think they might take the result of the play.
That was, well, you're right, Dave. If these guys don't have get a lot of playing time, this makes a whole lot of sense.
No, and I think that's what really it's all about. And you can just hear from the Bandits sideline, they love it. Because a lot of the starters are on the sideline now. They're watching some of the reserve guys, don't get a chance to play all that much, come in there and move the football. That's a good feeling for them.
Victory formation.
Yep. And now they make our wishes come true. They get the requisite first down, and now they can just kneel it down. And this one will go final at 32-6. Perhaps they might have to kneel it down. Nope. That will be it. So we have gone final here. from McCombs Dam Park. Both teams scored just once in the second half. Both teams scored 6 in the second half, but the Bandits, courtesy of a huge first half win, they win this one seemingly easily, 32-6.
Yeah, it was just like we said. The Bandits came out, their offense was humming. And the very beginning of the game, it looked like they were a little off sync, like I said, but once they started going, that was it. Once Ugarte got rolling, he was unstoppable, honestly. And the Demon Knights, again, like I said, they had to play a perfect game, and they did not. So,
all right, so that will wrap it up and do it for us here from the Bronx. Our final score, the New York Bandits 32, the Demon Knights 6. Just a programming note, the New York Bandits have punched their ticket to the EFA Championship. They will play in that championship next Saturday. We believe start time is at 6 p.m. at Joseph F. Facina Field, but that will be confirmed by the league via their social media network pages, and of course on the web at elitefootballalliance.com. You can also get it from us at pdfsportsnet.com, and of course on YouTube where you're watching right now. We will have the updated information on time of that game. They will play the winner of the Patterson Gravediggers against the New York Dolphins. At last count, that game was 8-6 in the third quarter in favor of the Dolphins. I'm just going to check one last time if we have a final from that game. We do not. So that's all we have for you on this one. So for everybody here, for Sal Cuccio on camera, for Vinny Massacol, I'm David Pizzuto, wishing you a great rest of the evening and a great rest of the weekend. Thank you for joining us here on your coverage of the EFA on the PDF Sports Network.